Okay.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Ultra Boys podcast. My name's Rob, and on this podcast, we're going to be playing whatever game we feel like every week, and then we talk about it. Also, we do news sometimes, and we shoot the shit. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah.
Who are the rest of you guys?
I'm Bayla. You might have seen me on Facebook if you have me added on Facebook.
Yeah, y'all bitches use MySpace. I'm holding.
Use Twitter. I'm Brian. Huh?
I'm Aiden. I have a YouTube channel, NTMA Productions, where I make bad videos. If you want to.
That one's true.
What the fuck?
Listen, your Nostalgia Critic videos are very
Yeah, they're kind of
entertaining.
epic.
I'm a big fan.
They're big suffering to make. Believe me.
Hey, Doug Walker's kind of epic.
Doug Walker is a natural.
Doug Walker.
Before we get into the game topic, I want to ask if we've have we all seen the Nostalgia Critic movies?
No,
I
I've never
have
seen
suffered
I've
through
seen
all
Kick-Ass a
four,
couple times.
including Atop the Fourth Wall. Atop the
Oh,
Fourth
it's
Wall.
such a good movie.
Atop the Fourth Wall is technically canon with the rest of the Nostalgia Critic movies, even though it has no plot relevance. And it's
high art.
Is there a Nostalgia Critic canon?
Yeah,
yes, there
cool.
is.
Yes.
There's a very
Yes, there
elaborate
is.
canon, and it's hard
It's
to
very
explain.
intensive and elaborate.
Atop the
great.
Fourth Wall, the movie, is legitimately the most boring 3-hour piece of garbage ever put to film.
Yeah, and we all need to watch
Are you
it.
saying Doug Walker's not Kino?
Doug Walker is Kino. Have you
Yeah, what are
ever
you trying to
have
say
you
here?
seen his review of The Wall? His review of The Wall is high art. It should be in a
I
museum.
think everything related to him.
I think everything he does is high art. He doesn't even...
Doug Walker's The Wall should just be played on loop in the Louvre right next to the Mona Lisa.
Right.
Has Doug Walker done a review on Madagascar?
He might have. That's a good segue into Madagascar.
Incredible segue. Yeah, so the game of the week is Madagascar.
And we,
I like how in our video game podcast we just talked about Doug Walker.
yeah, we haven't said shit about
do not-
Madagascar.
You just immediately went into
As
It's the
Doug
game
Walker.
we all
expert,
play,
I do
bro.
not believe you've seen Madagascar, but I have.
Yeah, believe it or not, we've all played
That's the,
Madagascar.
That's the game this week.
And
Yeah.
for one, I did not know that they perfected platforming in 2005.
No, they perfect.
Truly
I
the
think
Mario 64 of the Xbox.
Yeah, 'cause as we all know, Mario 64 is the greatest game of all time. It's the number
move
one
over
platformer.
Mario. Jeez.
Yeah, this is true.
It was the number one platformer
and-
until Madagascar came out.
As a good pretense, we should all we should specify the fact that Rob is the closest thing we'll get to a mouthpiece for God. His opinions are always fact. And when he says
Listen,
Mario
all I'm
64 is
saying
shit, it's
Mario
true.
60
No.
it's not good. It hasn't held up.
What are you
I
on
love
about?
hearing the slide song like 10 times in the game. It's
I
my
mean,
favorite
here's
thing.
the beautiful songs.
Yeah, like the final 5 hours of the game, the only song you're gonna hear
Here's the
is like
fucking
That's it.
Mario 64 is the best game ever made until Madagascar came out.
Until Madagascar
That's
fucking
right.
swooped in and took the throne.
Now,
Listen, when Shigeru Miyamoto saw Madagascar on this TV screen, he started sweating. He was like,
It was
So,
over for
I-
Nintendo. Nintendo
Here's
knew
something.
their place.
Here's something. Something I was wondering while playing this game is, what is the message? Is the message that captivity is based?
That God
Like, what are they
killed
trying to
all-
tell
no,
the
me?
message is that it's funny to make fun of people with
Yeah.
mental
The
disabilities.
message of
Yeah.
Madagascar. I'm the only
Yeah, it's
one here
fucked
who
up.
watched the movie, correct?
No, I
No.
watched it.
I
I watched it when
watched
it
it,
came out, but I do not
No,
remember any.
but I
of that
watched
stuff.
it.
Yeah, I watched it like
Yeah,
15.
I have
Did
not
the
seen
did the
it
movie
since.
have the Zoo Hunter or is that non-canon?
I-
The Zoo Hunter
That's
is
not canon.
non-canon. I watched the movie
Well,
like a week ago. The moral
It
of the
depends
movie.
on what you define canon.
The moral of the movie is that your life is better if you never try anything new, and you should just stay home.
Yeah.
Or, I guess I
Wow.
agree with Madagascar's
Well,
moral standpoint.
I guess that's right, but out of it, I think the message I took was God that's dead and we killed him.
Like Steve Buscemi said. Alright.
Well, personally, Madagascar helped me find that I like to move.
They didn't even
The
have
fact
And
that
it
the game
wasn't
does
in the
not have
fucking
I like to
game.
move it in it is a literal crime.
Well,
There w-
I think Sunshine's a ripoff of Madagascar. I mean, they both have water in it.
Did Sunshine come out after?
I mean, come on. You know, Madagascar had water. Mario Sunshine stole it.
In Mario Sunshine, I'd like to assume he likes to move it,
Yeah.
as it is a 3D platformer.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like to
Apparently
move?
So-
not any of the characters in the game because they didn't put a song in it, which is
So what's
Yeah,
what's
it-
everyone's overall thoughts on the game? Let's just
oh, it
jump into
sucks.
that. Oh, you
Eh.
think it blows?
We're just jumping into Madagascar.
I mean-
Alright,
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's okay. It's okay for like a licensed platformer for the
Well,
sixth
okay,
generation.
it's
I
fine.
think
I would say it's on the same tier as SpongeBob
It's
Battle.
worse
Battle for
than
Bikini
Battle for
Bottom's
Really?
Bikini
based.
Bottom. Battle for Bikini
That-
It's
Bottom
way better than Madagascar.
controls really fluidly, and Madagascar feels like shit to play.
It's fine.
The
My
one thing-
favorite
yeah.
thing about Madagascar is like how I had to try to control less precise so I could actually get things done.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The one. Okay, what was the fucking zebra's name? Because I've got a lot of shit to
Marty.
say. But Marty the zebra.
No, Melman is
plays
the
like
zebra.
absolute
Marty's the
fuck
zebra,
shit.
Melman's the giraffe.
He was the most boring part of the
He's the worst. I'm glad we can all agree that he is
Yeah.
No,
hot
Marty
garbage.
is a fucking horrible
He doesn't have a
character.
single
Marty's
fun move,
Marty's a
and that's
murderer
why
though.
he's
He actually
dreadful.
murdered the zookeepers, like
Oh,
kicking him in the
Yeah,
head,
well,
throwing
Alex,
trash cans like
Alex
they're fucking
beat the
dead.
shit. Alex fucking killed the police, and
no.
and
So did
the,
Gloria.
the penguins fucking. You got the moral choice.
Yeah, there's a
There
lot of
is,
murder in
'cause-
this children.
Well, let's
Marty
talk
just
about
kicks
the
those
penguins for a
cops.
second. How the penguins present a very moral dilemma that's very acute for the ages because
In a
either
mor-
you can kill the people on the boat or you can put them safely in a box. I chose to kill them, of course.
Oh, I killed them
It's an
all. I
alignment.
didn't even
I
realize the
opened the
box
box
was an
like a good
option. I
Christian
just,
boy.
I was immediately, my brain was like, toss them overboard, and I did. They died.
yeah,
the thing is,
immediately
I
I just stopped
realized-
the murder because murder's
Yeah.
based.
And like, think
And
about
there's
the fact
no way they'd make it.
Marty kicks those fucking cops in the head.
Oh yeah.
At worst, they're dead. At best, they're
At
they're in a
Listen,
coma.
when
They're
I was
paralyzed.
8 years old, Jesus Christ
They're-
taught me not to kill, and so I put those
They're
people
turned
in the
into
box
fucking
Like
vegetables.
a good
Did
little
Jesus
Christian
come down
boy,
and
you
speak
would.
to you? Can you prove that?
Jesus came down and he told me, he said, hey, do not
Hey,
kill the policemen.
Do you
in
think that was the
Madagascar
start of your
video game."
character arc for when you play Madagascar and X on
See,
GameCube?
I think
might have
I
When
think
you join the law route.
I think the character of Zookeeper actually has a lot of depth.
How so?
Oh, Kevin James,
Like he's a
Zookeeper?
generic redneck.
Well,
It's great.
the thing about the Zookeeper represents the duality of man, right? On
To
one
kill
side,
or not to kill?
on one side, his name represents the duality. The zoo is the part of him that wants to protect the animals, and the hunter is the part of him that wants to kill the animals. And it's a beautiful
Wow.
message about the human condition.
Why is the zookeeper like on the boat following you guys too? Is he going? What length is he going to like get you
Oh.
under control?
The zoo hunter wants your fucking ass in the bag.
Yeah, no, he wants to kill you.
Hates
He
you.
wants you fucking dead.
He wants you fucking dead. Like,
He doesn't give a
So-
shit
get
about
out
the
of your
damn
cage,
zoo.
you're
He just
done.
wants you fucking torn to shreds.
Do you think that's like a
Is he
real
even,
job?
like, a
Do you think
part
there's
of
like
the
some
zoo?
guy
Is he
who walks
licensed?
around? Do you think there's like a
Just
guy
some
who walks
guy.
around
He's
San
a
Diego
poacher
or whatever,
guy.
like at
Zoo.
night to make sure like none of the animals escape?
Does the
fucking shoots
zoo
him.
hunter have a college degree?
In zoo in what?
Yes.
Like being a zoo
He went to
hunter?
college for 4 years to earn his degree as a zoo hunter.
Also, Aiden, since you saw the movie and you
Yeah,
played
how
the game,
faithful is it?
how does the story of the game compare to the movie?
Oh,
How accurate is it?
it's exactly the same. The only difference is they add a bunch of bullshit in for like story reasons. Like the zoo hunter doesn't exist. You just have to kick his ass in the game because they needed some arbitrary bosses. And also,
Is golf in the movie?
probably the biggest change from the movie and the game is the fact that in the movie the Fusas aren't like present at all. They appear in like the end of the movie and Alex roars at them and they all run away. But in this game you have to fight a really shitty boss,
Huh.
and that's pretty
Can
much
you
the
even
difference.
call it a boss?
Yeah, I remember one thing. There's actually a continuity error, which I spotted in
God
the game.
forbid there's a
Oh, what's that?
continuity error in Madagascar.
So when you first get to the island,
Of all the glory.
so
Hello, the Lord Master.
So when you get to
Oh,
the
you're
island,
mad.
they're talking about how they're at the San Diego Zoo, right? But
Yeah.
then one of Alex's dialogues like, this island's weird. So he's referencing he's on an island, while he's also talking about they're at the San Diego Zoo,
Yeah.
which is
True.
Well, in the movie, that the thing about the San Diego Zoo comes up once they've all reunited. I think it's actually Melman who brings up the San Diego Zoo thing, and Alex just doesn't like think about it at that point. So they probably didn't put a lot of
Yeah.
thought into his dialogue and just like kind of threw shit together.
yeah. So you got continuity errors like that.
I've got a really hot take that you guys might not agree with, but I think the game peaked at the police chase.
Oh, me too.
That is a
Me too.
hot
I
take.
think that
The
part,
New York City section?
like, yeah, went with like Alex roaring and doing his shit, and then it was like Frogger for some fucking reason.
Yeah, the
Well-
second level of the game's where it peaked
I
all
thought-
downhill
It peaked.
from
I
there.
thought the best level was the banquet level.
I hated that level. That's where it started because I don't like
The-
Donkey Kong 64.
I like
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
Donkey
say,
Kong 64
I
segments,
like Donkey Kong 64.
but the thing that got me about the New York chase, most of the New York chase is terrible. Like the Alex part and the Gloria part are fucking awful.
I
mean, I thought
Gloria
it was
was
fun.
fun, but
It's
yeah,
pretty
I
cool
was-
that Gloria kills like 100
Well,
people in cars.
in the city level, Gloria's part is just like you smash a bunch of cars and then it's done. Melman.
As a kid, you think that's freaking epic.
Out of
And then you
everyone,
realize you can-
Melman's part in the zoo, or Melman's part in the New York level is actually good because Melman is like the only character who has actual platforming where he can't touch the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like the only time they
Yeah.
use his abilities too.
It's the only fucking time
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
entire
really.
game. Melman is
Well, I mean,
just
you-
not
At the
present.
beginning, you're introduced to
Melman had the most
epic
potential.
mental disorders.
He did.
He really did, yeah.
There's a piece
Yeah.
of me that really likes, like, secretly likes Boost Sonic, so maybe that's that part of me
Base.
Hey,
speaking.
Sonic Rush is epic.
Sonic Rush is fucking great, but when I
No.
talk about Boost Sonic, I'm talking about fucking Unleashed.
Unleashed sucks.
Well, yeah, the Werehog part.
Unleashed
sucked.
half sucks.
I mean,
The Werehog parts are
Where-
unplayable.
Boost sucks unless it's in Rush, and I know
okay.
Rob hates Rush no
The
matter
Gloria
what, though.
part kind of reminded me of
I hate all the
Like,
Sonic
vaguely.
games.
Sonic Unleashed, the good parts of Sonic Unleashed,
Which would be?
which would be obviously the Werehog. No, it's the fucking daylight parts.
Yeah.
I still don't think.
I don't know.
The Werehog
Stop.
part is.
I don't know,
What
man.
are you on?
People
about?
say Sonic Unleashed is split in half between good and bad, and I think it's just split in half between bad and more bad.
I think it's one part's
Tolerable
really
and
good, the other
Bad and
part's kinda
slightly less
mediocre.
bad.
Like, I don't even hate the Werehog. I think it's fine.
It's not bad.
No, the Werehog
It's not
part's fucking
good.
terrible, dude.
It's just a generic beat.
It's a generic beat 'em
Yeah.
up that runs at like
Beat 'em
10
ups are-
frames a second.
Yeah, and beat 'em ups are
Yeah, if you're
boring
playing
unless
the
they're.
PS3
That's why a lot of
version.
platinum games
Whoa,
suck.
whoa! It only runs at 10 frames a second if you're playing like the PS3 version.
What about
Yeah,
what about the
play it on
PlayStation 2?
Xbox
No, I
One
have
X.
it on 360
okay.
and the Werehog part's
What
still
about
run
the
at
what
10
about the
frames a
fucking
second.
mobile phone version of
Yeah.
Sonic
What?
Unleashed, huh?
Never played it.
Yeah, it's a shitty 2D. It's a shitty 2D platformer that tried to be Sonic Rush.
There's a mobile
Have
version
you guys
of
ever
Unleashed.
Yeah, like Nokia
Yeah, it's
phones
really
in
weird.
2008.
Did you guys ever play the version on Wii?
No, I
No.
didn't.
Looks awful.
I own it, but I have
Isn't
not
it the
played
same
it.
as the PS2 version?
I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, it
I
doesn't use
heard
any
it's
like
very
remote
downgraded.
controls, like waggling it around like an idiot.
I mean, yeah, it
So
just
for
has
those
Wii motion
listening,
garbage.
this is what this podcast is gonna be like. We're just gonna
So
go
for
off
those
on
listening,
fucking
this is the
tangent about
Madagascar
Sonic the Hedgehog for
episode.
20 minutes.
But
Yes.
anyway,
This is
anyway,
now Sonic the Hedgehog
God,
podcast.
I can guarantee every episode we're going off at least one
Absolutely.
fucking Sonic tangent.
At least one tangent about
The
Sonic.
fucking-
I'm sorry.
There's
it's who
something
I am.
implanted in our brains to make us talk about that goddamn
Oh,
Oh
hedgehog.
no, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about the fucking hedgehog in every episode. It's gonna happen.
I mean, Amy,
You're gonna
Amy's
like
kinda
it.
cute though.
We're not going into that.
Number 10 hottest Sonic girls.
Butter tits.
Number 10, Amy Rose.
We talked about the best level of
Mom.
Madagascar, but what's the worst level of Madagascar?
I think
the
New York
beginning of
Chase,
the
I think
game.
that's the worst level.
Probably the one where you're escaping the zoo. That one was
Well,
just forced, like, boring stealth.
This
section.
kind of goes
Why the
into like
fuck?
this kind
worst
of goes into what
level-
the best level is that I think the most mentally stimulating level is like the mushroom level, because that's where you have to like actually think and like try to do something besides just brainlessly moving around.
Like Moon mentioned in your fucking in your Madagascar video, which not to suck your own dick, but if you actually want good information about the Madagascar game, you should watch that video, because we're not going to talk about shit here. But
Please insert here.
they decided to make a stealth section with a fucking loud ass zebra
Yeah, it's
with
funny
his
as fuck.
with his hooves walking on concrete.
And then he just kicks all the guards in the head and kills
I'm
them.
gonna make a
Shit.
not so hot take here. I'm gonna say the worst level of Madagascar is the last one, the final boss that has
that's
no
okay.
tension and takes 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, I can. That was
yeah.
really underwhelming. I
Oh,
was
dude,
like,
Is-
I don't even know if
it's
that
not
counts
fun.
as a level.
It's not.
'cause it's,
That's not a great boss fight, but it's like there's levels in this game that are not fun, and I think that's worse than there
Yeah,
being
Like
that's
there's
a
the one
mediocre
part
fight.
where
Which
there's the
level
one-
was fun?
You bring up a great point.
I like the maple level,
yeah, the
dude. I thought that was
collectathon
pretty
levels.
good.
the Donkey Kong
That's where I
64
started to lose
levels
interest because I hate Donkey Kong.
No, I remember the worst part of the game is one that I fucking buried in my mind was the part where you play as Marty and there's like the wind blowing.
Yeah,
Oh my
that part
God.
sucked.
It
Fuck
throws
that
you back and there's a
cave.
fucking ledge that you don't
Yeah,
see.
yeah. At the end of that level, there's like
God.
this
Okay,
gap
no.
between the
Yeah.
finish
I
line and
tested
the last
something out,
platform, but
guys.
it's so tiny that you think you could just walk right over it,
You know
and then
what's
you just
really
fucking
fucked up?
fall in. It
I
sends
went.
your ass to the beginning.
That level was
I
easier
went out of
than
my
I
way and
realized.
tested this. When you first get the crouch ability in the fucking shitty stealth level at the zoo, if you're moving when you crouch, you do not slide. The
Yeah,
why'd they
yeah,
implement
that's
that?
why-
slide is
I
a
figured
hidden
out.
ability that they do not tell you about that they give you on that shitty windy section. So the first time you try to
Make it
crouch behind a
worse.
wall, you will slide off the ledge and have to start the section over. And it's fucking
that never happened
so
to me.
stupid.
No,
It happened to me like 10
It was a
times.
thing. And
I got through that section pretty
there's that
flawlessly.
there's that really shitty segment where it's like you play as Alex and you have to protect the small ass animals from the foos.
Hey, that was epic.
No,
And you have to all you do is like throw the
The
fruit.
if you
mangoes.
just spam the
Yeah.
mango, that part's not too bad. The worst part of the game is
It's
that
just
mini
boring.
game where you have to catch the falling fruit. That mini game's busted.
Oh wow.
no, that's awful. That whole level's pretty bad. Where you have to do that sliding section with Marty.
Yeah.
It's just
That mini
control's
game
so
is
bad.
so fucking stupid. The fact you go up so fucking fast and down so slow, you have no way of telling what's above you.
Yeah, and then you hit like
Yeah.
one of the spiky fruits, and it like takes like 10 of your fruits away. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, and you just like launch all over and you bounce into like 7 more of the durians. And it's
yeah,
just
it's bullshit.
and then you fly into the spider and you have to start over.
Hey,
Hey
speaking
guys,
of mini
Madagascar's
games,
Kino. This is where
It,
platforms
it's
peak.
fucking Kino. The fucking mini games in that like the mini golf one is actually based as hell.
Oh yeah, the
That's
mini
like
golf
the only
mini
reason to
game
play
is the
the
best
game.
part of the whole
The
game.
only minigame I played in the game, I was going through the New York chase and I saw like an arcade. I'm like, oh, this is epic. And it was a shitty Zeppelin game that like you can't even
I hate
control
that
it.
one. That one's so.
Wait, is that
You
the
can't-
tank one or is that the which one is that?
It's the one where the one where you're in the dogfight.
Yeah, the dogfight
Oh
one.
god, I don't understand the
think I played that
dogfight one. How do you make a dogfight
Like-
game so bad?
How do you like play the game? Like I was trying to play, it's like
I
oh,
thought
these
Dogfights
controls
were
are so
supposed to
bad.
be
Dogfights are supposed to be
10
fast and
minutes.
quick, but this is like slow and shitty.
Oh, it's
supposed to be
slow
fun.
and miserable.
What
It
the hell?
takes like 6 straight minutes to get the fucking extra bonus.
How long-
To be fair, they
How long
be
how
fair,
long
they
can these
prob-
planes be shooting at a Zeppelin before it crashes? Like
To be fair, they probably made that section in like 2 days.
probably more like
yeah, and
2
it
hours.
sucks. It shows that it was made in 2 days.
Yeah.
Why even bother?
Maybe all the
including it when it
mini games
sucks so
were like
much ass?
canceled like pitches that just didn't
Yeah.
get greenlit.
I think so too. Because I feel like there was a little too much effort put into the mini golf
Yeah.
game. Because there's like,
Dude, the
there's,
mini golf
there's a
game's
surprising
fucking
amount
awesome.
of, there's like a surprising amount of playable characters, and I think that was supposed to be its own thing. But
It
got
probably
just-
was.
I
They got
literally,
scrapped for
I
time.
am genuinely convinced that the mini golf game at one point was something they were pitching around, and then it just never got picked up, and they were making Madagascar, and they're like, we already did all this work, just throw it in.
Yeah.
How,
it's
how does the
probably
mini golf
exactly
game
that.
fit
Yeah,
into the
I can see
canon of
that.
the story? Like, do they just go from the island to just go play some mini golf real quick?
After they break out of the
I
zoo, but
guess.
before the New York City street chase, everyone swings by for a round of golf.
No, you guys didn't see it. It was the post credits scene. They played mini golf.
The-
Actually, the
horrible-
Madagascar, it's split into 2 timelines. There's a timeline where
the Zoo Hunter timeline.
So first, let's talk about parallel universes.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You have to take
Alright.
Marty and you have to backwards long jump into a wall for 12 hours.
And then you have to
Yes.
say, so long, gay Alex.
there's a timeline where Alex loses to the Fusa King, and that's where
Yeah,
the mini
it's like
golf
Zelda.
takes place.
There's
So
a
that's where the shuffleboard takes place.
There's the
So you
really
can play
shitty
the
rhythm
shuffleboard
game.
as the Fusa
What
King.
is a Fusa?
I don't know.
Fusi Tube.
Probably just a hyena, but they just want to call it something different.
I don't know
They
why
hyenas.
the rhythm game pissed me off as much as it did.
I didn't even fucking play it.
Oh, the rhythm game's
It's
horrible.
so
It's
bad.
I don't think I
It's
even
so
unlocked
bad.
it.
Good.
Same.
I didn't play any of the minigames. I just went
All the
straight
music
through the game.
is shit in the rhythm minigame. It's all hot garbage, like sample music.
No,
Oh,
it
sure.
literally, it sounds like elevator music. It's horrible.
Yeah, they didn't even fucking have I Like to Move It, Move It. Like, that's the one song.
They probably didn't have time.
Probably
Why
didn't
the
have fucking money for it.
They didn't have money for the license because like they didn't give that much of a shit. It was pretty
Well,
obvious.
you know what, guys? If the game had I Like to Move It, Move It, I'd get my GameCube, one of those portable screens. I'd be going around listening to I Like to Move It, Move It with my headphones in with my GameCube.
I wonder if there's any like.
Okay, I know this has nothing to do with the game, but did you know that the fucking King Lemur is voiced by fucking Borat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
That's
of
fucking
I did
weird,
not.
dude.
What?
That's what makes it good.
Yeah, Borat is the King Lemur.
Are there any noticeable differences between the GameCube and PS2 versions?
There's usually a
Like-
difference with the
I don't
PS2
know.
Like
version of games
speedrunner
for some
shit?
reason.
At this point, we should
Yeah.
probably say which version did you ever
PS2
play?
versions are always shittier of every
Dolphin
games.
is way more convenient than PCSX2, whatever the fuck. So I just used.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
played
I
on
just
the
used Dolphin.
version. I played it on
Wait,
my
I played it
on my
Wait, you
real
guys dumped-
GameCube.
You guys dumped your own games, right?
I own the game on
Yeah,
GameCube.
I
I
own-
dumped my own
on
game.
my Wii.
We all own a
I actually
physical.
do own
We're
it.
not.
I own the
actually
game
own
on
a copy of
Xbox,
this
so I
game.
played it
God, I
physically on
wish.
Xbox.
What
I
the
played it
hell?
on my Nintendo Wii.
Yeah,
What?
we all used our legal versions, guys.
Yeah. No, we all physically own copies.
Robs are bad.
I actually own the game.
No, I also actually own the game. I own it
So
on Xbox.
there's more than I did not know there was an Xbox version.
Yep, there is. I own it. I played it.
I mean, it's
Wow.
probably not that bad. I mean, PS2 version probably sucks like every game there. Like Sonic Heroes fucking sucks.
It's probably just like
PS2.
really bad loading times.
Yeah, every time that there's a game on all three, the PS2 version always sucked.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because the
I haven't
PS2
played
had
any of the
bigger
other
hardware than
versions,
the
but
other two.
the load times, even on the Xbox Huge, which usually has pretty bad load times, I didn't have any problems with
The load times were not bad at all.
Yeah, they
on
were
the
fire on
version.
GameCube.
They were fine on
Madagascar could have
Xbox,
saved the
too.
Dreamcast. If this game was on Dreamcast, the Dreamcast
If this
might
was
not
on
have been able-
Dreamcast they would have been another Dreamcast
only.
hidden gem.
The movie came out in 2005, so it probably would have been the last Dreamcast game.
It wouldn't have been a hidden gem. It would have been a known gem because it would have saved the fucking Dreamcast.
Can you imagine that
Sick
Dreamcast game
Top-
came out in 2005?
Top 10 Dreamcast hidden gems. Number 1, Sonic Adventure.
Comparatively,
Hey guys, it's Metal Jesus here. We have Madagascar, a
Oh,
hidden gem.
oh my god,
Can we
that guy
talk about the
exists.
most interesting level in the game?
What?
The Metal Gear Solid 2 tanker mission parody.
I hated that level. I wanted it to be
Oh, it's
over
a
every
fucking
10
horrible
seconds.
level.
So why do the penguins make like grinding noise when they're sliding around? Like, are they like, what's their
I noticed
feathers
that.
made of? Like,
Why was that part so bad?
The penguins are
I
robots.
hated the penguin part.
it wasn't bad. I liked the moral dilemma of to kill or not to kill. But it just went
No,
on
the,
for too
it was
long.
really
the alignment
deep.
system.
Deciding
Madagascar
if I wanted
presents
to
an
spend
interesting choice of killing people or not.
I
killing
think they
people.
should have made it.
Pretty sure everybody
I think
here
they
threw
should
the
have made it
vote
more
right.
obvious to like the viewer that there is a choice between the boxes and killing. So
No, I
the
literally
child would have to make a choice and not unwillingly do
until
it.
Rob said
No,
that there was
everybody
cages.
here threw those up.
Rob said something about how when he was a kid he'd always put the cages in.
Yeah, I
them in
put
the cages
them. I
'cause he
put
was
them in
too
the
nice as
cages
a
like a
kid.
good little boy.
Until he said
feel
that,
like
I
I
felt
literally
that.
did
Yeah.
not realize there was cages to put them in. I thought you were
Yeah, I
supposed
didn't
to
either. I
throw
just
them
thought you were
off
just
the ship.
supposed
straight down.
So I think maybe the real message in Madagascar is
We're the assholes.
civilization versus not civilization. 'Cause, I mean, you're in the city, you're faced with the dilemma to kill people. I mean, you're killing those guards in Marty's level of glory, just killing people's cars and people in the car in that level. And then, I mean, you go to the island, it's just like, it's peace. You don't have people to kill, you just get to live like animals should. And I think it's just we should just use nuclear energy, I think.
I think that's the what the fucking
Madagascar.
developers are trying to tell us.
Yeah, I think the whole game is just an allegory
Like,
for nuclear
The,
energy and how we should quit using coal and just quit wasting away the planet. 'Cause, I mean, the environments in this game kind of suck, but like they're trying to convey the beauty of the island.
Yeah, they're trying.
they're trying their
There's
best.
the-
They're working on it.
Yeah, they're good little
Play the
boys
same
working
game,
their
though?
video game job.
We can all agree that Penguins level, it's intentional Metal Gear Solid 2 referencing.
yeah.
and
Like the
Yeah.
part where they're like, you
Intentional-
have to put on the cardboard box to sneak past the guys.
yeah,
Yeah, for
no,
like 2 seconds.
Part where the
Yeah.
They really
part
wanted
where
to make
the,
like a
What
good
was,
stealth
what was even the point of that when the game already established that you can just slide around stealthily and kill them? They just had to cram Metal Gear Solid
You don't
2
even
in there,
have
guys.
to.
It'd
You
be
don't
epic.
even have to stealth around them.
What
You can
child
literally
knows
slide
what
into them,
Metal
into
Gear
their
Solid
faces.
2 even is?
Yeah, what little like 3-year-old playing this? Because I mean, let's be honest, the target of this game's 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean, like even though it says E10 plus, well, who's 10 plus playing this game?
Not me.
What's
Wait,
even
this
10?
game's
What's even
10
10
plus?
plus about the game? Yeah, it's
Could they
10
make-
plus.
Yeah, wait a second. Why is that?
Cartoon violence, crude humor.
alignment, fucking
Pokemon-
moral
Pokemon-
dilemmas.
Pokemon's not E10 plus, and you like kill you. I don't know.
What crude humor is in this game?
The zoo hunter has a shotgun, I guess.
No, it's a stun gun
Oh yeah, it's a stun gun.
that looks like a
it's
shotgun.
just-
See, the,
It says on the back of the box, the reason for the rating is cartoon violence
I know.
and crude humor.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
it's
call
because-
throwing someone off a boat in the middle of the ocean cartoon violence.
Yeah, you don't
They're
you don't
dead.
have
Yeah,
you don't
that's just violence.
Yeah, I call
There's
that
no
realistic
reaction.
violence.
That's
I call
not
that
I
real
wanna
life
know-
violence.
That's death.
I want to know how many kids like killed the.
Yeah. What's the statistic?
I did.
We
I wanna
should
know the
make a
statistic.
we should
Either
do a
way.
test about it. Let's just gather up a bunch of like 3-year-olds.
I mean, you kind of
that
have to go out of your way to put them in the box, so I feel like most kids
Okay.
did not do that.
But like
Yeah, most kids
either
just try to see
way,
murder.
if
I
you
mean, like,
pick
When I was
up
a kid, I threw them over.
The box
if you
isn't
pick up
even
someone with a
obvious. It's
fucking
not like
crane and drop them into a box, they're dead nonetheless.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
Yeah, and then when you're picking up the
Or at
crates,
least
I thought it'd
box.
be funny to like just drop the box on the people in the box, but it didn't kill them, unfortunately.
Sadly.
No, if you drop
thought
the
that-
if you drop the box on them, I actually managed to get it when I was going back for all the coins. You can actually drop the box on them and kill them.
Really?
Wait, you kill it?
Yeah.
I tried dropping it on him, it didn't kill him. Maybe that's the difference between the two versions.
It could be. I don't know. Maybe the Xbox
Maybe
has a
his
little more
version-
violence. Microsoft
They-
is a little
Nintendo-
looser on
Copy
the
is
regulations.
personalized.
Miyamoto solved a murder in Madagascar.
Miyamoto saw Madagascar on GameCube and he said, "This is too violent."
Not
I mean,
like
there's
this
a
is
scrap
It
thing
is a
where
personal
this is
copy.
not like my Mario 64, which is God's game. It's the apex
God's
of
gift to
platformers.
humans.
Mario-
until Madagascar
Game, man.
2005.
Madagascar would have been better if it had the slide song playing in like 10 different
Exactly.
stages.
That's right.
I think that's what makes all games better.
You know what's weird about this game?
All of it.
Despite the fact that all the music is terrible elevator music, they actually made different versions of the music for every playable character. So like, anytime you
Really?
switch characters,
Oh,
I
It'll
had the
switch the
volume off
music.
for like most. Of
I
the
noticed
game.
Yeah.
that like
Listen
So,
to
like,
it at
in
all.
the-
so like on the Jungle Banquet level where you can switch between any character, the music is the same, but it'll like change the instruments for every character, and they went through all that effort, but it all still sounds like
Yeah.
garbage elevator music.
no,
So about the
I-
music, there is one song
mean,
I kind of liked,
thought it
and
was
that's just like the first song in the game when you're at the zoo.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of like a jazzy elevator song, and that's where the game
It's
its
all
music
elevator
peaked.
songs.
What was a jazzy elevator song? That's
I
why said
noticed
that.
that
The,
like they put at
The
least
title screen's pretty good.
they put a tiny bit of effort
Well,
into the game. I've noticed because like in the DK64 segments, every character has like an interaction with each other.
Yeah.
When they like high five each other and switch out.
They
Well,
do
that was
have.
saying.
They put a lot more care in it than they should have, because like in that
I was,
part where you
uh,
have to in that part where you have to climb the really dark cave where you can't see anything.
Yeah.
If you fall off, Marty has like unique lines where he's like, "Oh, now I have to do that all again." Like they have tons of unique lines for no fucking reason in this.
I
I was
feel
saying
like-
the whole game could have been the banquet level, and it would have been fine.
I mean,
The,
Speaking of the cave level, there was a part where I actually experienced a
God.
glitch.
how?
Where the,
In
where
a game
the,
this
The
perfect?
lemur is like on your back and he jumps off to run around the stage sometimes. There was one part where he was just clipping into a rock and running forward and then like clipping back over to the rock and running forward.
As you
There's a
do.
video of it that that might be edited in right here.
yeah, but
Right.
you guys can say this game has soul or whatever, but the continuity here just ruins it for me. I mean, I can't get
Yeah,
past
now
the
that
fact
you
that
mentioned
Alex.
that, I just can't look at the game the same way. I don't think I'm gonna have to give it a 2
Yeah.
out of 5.
Yeah, no, that's like 2 out of 5.
I don't know, Metal Jesus Rocks might like it. It might go up by like 20% in price.
Guys,
You might be
we're
seeing
talking
it.
about the game. It's gonna go up to like $50 on
Yeah.
eBay right now.
Yeah, because we're talking
Now.
about it. Maybe Metal Juice Rocks will be watching
Yeah.
our podcast and making an episode about Madagascar
Oh,
for the game.
yeah.
when are we gonna
Xbox
get him on the
PlayStation.
cast? When are we gonna get him on?
The Asian girl
After-
in
after-
Jesus' show is pretty
We
hot,
can't
not
have-
gonna lie.
I think
don't
we
remember.
defend Chris Neos if we got Metal Jesus Rocks on first. I think we have to have Chris on first.
We need to have
Yeah.
irate.
Yeah.
Gamer.
Can we get the irate gamer to?
I'm telling you.
Can we get the irate gamer to play? He could play Senran Kagura. I think he'd really like that game.
I'm just gonna real
Can we
talk.
have, like, the
I'm just gonna real talk
We'll
right
have
now
the
for a
irate
couple
gamer
seconds.
play Talladega Nights
Yeah.
with us.
We
what
will have
you
the
gotta say,
irate
Rob?
gamer on our show. Have it be
Yeah,
known.
I mean,
okay.
yeah,
Have it be
you
known to
almost-
the
you
world.
almost-
Guys,
Okay,
hear me
here's
out,
the plan
hear
I
me out.
had. That okay.
The irate gamer
The
plays
irate
Talladega Nights with us.
Absolutely. That's
Well, I mean,
okay.
Rob, you have connections.
I
with,
do. I'm friends
Irate
with the
Gamer.
irate gamer on Facebook. I could get him on the show right now if I wanted to.
We need to
Dumb
have
outfit.
irate gamer on the podcast, but like replace him with Moon and like pretend he's Moon. Just
Don't even mention it. Don't even say anything. Just
but it's very obviously
Yeah,
the irate gamer, and we don't mention anything to him either.
But
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, he ghosted you though, so that might be a little bit of a problem.
That could be.
Maybe we could have irate gamer on for the Mario Bros. 2 episode.
Yeah.
We could
I'm
we could
so
have him on
excited.
for the Doom episode.
I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to see him play Senran Kagura, because I think he'd really like those anime girls.
He'd really like the
Yeah,
family.
he seems like the kind of guy who's really into big anime titties.
I mean, he's always talking about retro games. Why not have him play a more recent game like Talladega Nights for the PS3?
Yeah, more recent.
It's a
Oh,
more
guys,
recent
guys.
game. I mean, more than 10 years.
I remembered something I was gonna say. I looked
What?
up
Yeah.
the composer for this game because I'm like, there's no way this fucking clown who made this shitty music has any work experience. Guess what other game he composed for?
Metal Gear
Hit
Solid
me.
2.
No, Bloodborne.
Shenmue 2, best game.
SpongeBob, Big Battle for
Super
Bikini Bottom.
Super Busta Move.
The guy who composed the music for this shitty Madagascar game went on to make the music for Bloodborne.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What
I
the
didn't-
fuck?
I never
That's
played
actually
Bloodborne.
true.
I don't know, guys. I think Madagascar's a
insane.
little bit better than Bloodborne.
I mean, I think he
Man,
peaked. He obviously
I really don't
peaked.
agree with you. I think the music in this
Oh.
it's okay. It's not. I don't
Well,
wanna say
it's very
elevated music.
juxtaposed. We fucking worked on
I literally do not remember a
Bloodborne.
single second of the music in this game.
Hey, at least it's better than Breath of the
see
Wild,
it?
because this game actually has music.
That's
On-
This game has atmosphere.
It's unmemorable elevator music the whole way through, but it could be worse.
Shut the fuck up,
yeah,
my soul.
at least it's not Breath of the Wild where you hear doo-doo-doo-doo, and then 5 minutes later you hear it again.
We talked about that.
At least it's not the
That's
Slider
atmosphere.
song, okay?
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd buy the Breath of
Guys,
the Wild
guys,
soundtrack on CD.
what do you mean?
It'd be like 2
Bella?
megabytes.
Rob himself said the Breath of the Wild had one of the best soundtracks in a Zelda game.
Yeah, but he
I
also
said-
bought
I
3D
said-
All-Stars.
I said that Breath of the Wild has like 3 songs, and then those 3 songs are actually pretty good.
Do we all agree Breath of the Wild? We all agree Breath of the Wild's great
They're
though,
almost
right?
as good, if not better, than every other Zelda song.
Breath of the
Because
Wild
Breath-
is
Breath
one
of the Wild's
Breath of the
great.
Wild is one of the worst open world games ever made, and it's definitely the
What
worst
the
Zelda
fuck
game
are
ever
you
made.
on about?
What are you on
It's-
about, Homer? Breath of the
okay.
Wild- I love. You see that mountain? You can climb it with nothing up there. So you can climb that down and shame.
I love that game so much.
Why?
I mean, okay. To be fair, I don't know. My favorite Zelda game's Majora's
My
Mask.
favorite is Twilight Princess because it's
Twilight
like
Yeah, I'm also a Twilight Princess.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
I love Twilight
Princess.
Princess.
Nintendo
I think
didn't
it's
favorite
great.
hold
Wind
back
Waker.
with Twilight Princess. They did literally
didn't.
everything they wanted to. with
Yeah,
that
you
game.
could.
It just
You could
copied
really
It even
feel
has
the
hot
soul
furries.
oozing through the game in Twilight Princess. Like it's literally soul versus
Wait,
soulless.
Every 2
Which
seconds,
one of you hoes?
Every 2 seconds, they're throwing like something new at you in Twilight Princess, and it's awesome.
You got one. Someone here said that Wind Waker's soulless.
I did.
Me.
It's always Rob.
What are you?
It's always wrong.
It's always
Wind
wrong.
Waker,
Wind
I mean,
Waker's a-
listen. Wind Waker
it's a-
only has like 4 dungeons. 3 of them reuse the same gimmick, and I don't know. It's just boring.
Hey, that's more dungeons than Breath of the Wild.
That's
It's
true.
more dungeons than Madagascar.
Yeah.
I mean, you take that back.
I mean, so Wind Waker's not. I don't hate it. I don't think I hate it as much as
It's my
Rob
favorite
does. It's
Zelda.
I
just
love
think
Wind Waker.
It's definitely
Waker's my
it's
favorite.
very noticeably unfinished.
I
don't
hate
mind
Wind
the-
Waker
like, a lot
for
of
the reasons nobody else does.
Yeah, I don't mind the ocean. The
Why?
ocean's cool. I really like the ocean. It's just
Ocean's
a lot of
fun.
the other
The
stuff.
ocean's
I just,
great.
usually the common complaint about Wind Waker is, "Ugh, it looks like a fucking cartoon." Ugh." But like, I legitimately do not care about that. I just think it's actually a bad game.
Can
I
we
do
all be
agree that
honest for a
Twilight
second?
Princess is better though.
Wind
Where
Waker
cartoons
look.
are based.
The GameCube Wind Waker looks better than HD.
I disagree.
Well, yeah, that's
I
because
think- I think,
fucking Bloom.
Yeah, they turned.
I think the
Bloom too
colors
much.
are a
HD
little
just turned
too
up the-
dull on GameCube.
I like the dull colors though. It looks nice.
The
I-
dull
I
colors
don't know.
makes it look like a tapestry and it looks cool, but on
It
Wind
makes it
Waker
look
HD
like
it's all
old-
like covered in bloom and
No, I much
Yeah.
prefer the HD look.
The GameCube one looks like old animation, like old.
I like
animation
them
with, like
both.
on cells. It
See,
looks really
this
nice.
is
I
why
really
Rob
like
is
the
interesting to talk to because he like hates everything, but he has interesting reasons for why he doesn't like something.
Yeah, I actually
Well, no,
explain
Rob
doesn't hate
myself unlike
everything.
other
He
people.
Can you go on your tangent for why you hate Shenmue so much as a series?
there's like 4 things that Rob
Oh, he-
likes and everything else he despises. But the
That's
things
not
that
true. I
Rob's-
just have super, extremely specific tastes.
the
Why do you
things that
hate
Rob
Sonic
likes
Rush?
he'll talk about for fucking hours.
Yeah.
Like
No, that's a good
Shenmue.
question. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go back to our favorite fucking series, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Sonic Rush so much?
No, we gotta stay on topic.
We've had enough tangents for one
On
episode.
topic. Isn't this the Sonic episode?
No, that's
Well, I
gonna
mean,
be later.
Madagascar and Sonic could cross over. They're both
mean-
anthropomorphic animals.
that's a good
Madagascar.
point.
I mean,
Hear me out, guys.
Okay.
It's about time the Madagascar games had a revival. I'm thinking they expand the mini golf game into a full game. It'll be Madagascar cross Sonic mini
Look,
golf
the
adventure.
last
Cross Tekken.
Madagascar is not dead. The last Madagascar game was like on the Wii U, like which was only a couple years
Madagascar
ago.
cross Tekken.
What was a Wii U? I don't know what that console is.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
Don't you mean the Nintendo Switch? Nintendo's best
I-
console of all time.
you mean like that tablet controller for the Wii?
Alright.
Guys.
I've brimmed up a genius idea. A Madagascar game made by Arxis. It's a 2D fighting game.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Can we get a
Alex,
Can we get a
OP,
Madagascar?
Alex is a
Madagascar
puppet
shoot-'em
fighter
up?
for some reason. I don't know how they're gonna make it work. Just do it.
No, the
For some
penguins are
reason,
gonna be the
Marty's
puppet fighters.
Marty's top tier.
For some reason.
Can we get
No.
a Madagascar Super Smash Brothers
Yes,
ripoff?
please.
The penguins are gonna
Like-
be top tier, and here's why. 1, the penguins have a tiny
Hitboxes?
hitbox. 2, they're puppet fighters because they can summon the other penguins. And 3,
My idea.
they have guns.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah,
guns. That's a good
Actually,
point.
they're
Yeah.
stun guns, not real guns.
I assumed that they'd all be like stacked on top of each other.
That'd be
Yeah,
pretty
Why-
funny.
yeah, they could just
Why
break
do the
your
guns look so realistic in
trench
this
coat.
game?
Why,
Yeah,
why do the guns
I
look
like-
so realistic but shoot green energy balls?
Yeah. So hold on. So like I remember the stealth level. You're like, and then you get the gun. It's just like a fucking revolver.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally
No,
a
I
straight
remember
up
that.
revolver, and then you like,
with,
you
like,
Then
a
it shoots
scope.
green boogers.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It shoots peas. It's literally a pea shooter.
Wow, that's
How'd
really
they get away
clever
with it?
indeed.
How'd they get away with it?
Yeah. What do they mean by
That's
this?
why they
They
got
had
the
the big, they had
10
the big
rating.
DreamWorks bucks to throw around and bribe the ESRB.
I really like the level where you're just killing like 1,000 worms for no reason.
Yeah, it was kind of based
Oh,
worm
yeah.
genocide. Sign me up.
Just genociding all these worms for like no reason.
Sign me up.
I was thinking, have you guys seen the other Madagascar movies?
No,
Like 2 and 3?
I think
No,
I
I
saw
know- I know-
two.
Second
You know,
one.
and
I-
that's it.
And Gloria
One
gets
time-
deported in the second one to Africa.
What?
Yeah.
I've never seen Madagascar 3, but one time I was really drunk
Yeah.
with my ex-girlfriend and I saw Madagascar 2, but I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened.
Happens to the best of us.
How many
So-
were
Happens to the
there?
best of us.
There are
Three. Just 3.
Yeah.
I watched
There's
all of
3,
them.
but they
Spin-off
also
about
have a
penguins.
TV show on Hulu now
remember
where
the
they're
show.
children.
Yeah,
No.
they're
Yeah, and then
babies.
there's that
there's a-
spin-off with the penguin. Just
I remember the
penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a TV show spin-off of the penguins and a movie spin-off of the
Yeah.
Was
penguins.
Madagascar really that big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I
crazy
don't-
here, all because
I don't
like to
remember
move
it being
move it.
big.
Yeah. I like the movie. It really blew it up.
I remember I liked to move it, but that's all I remember about Madagascar, like as a series.
No,
I think in the second one, so it was something about like Gloria trying to like find her own people or something.
I don't
Yeah,
think
she
anybody
returns to
actually
Africa
loves
because she wants to
Madagascar,
fuck
they
some
just all
big
went and
black
saw it.
hippos.
Yeah. Madagascar 2 isn't. I feel like it's a movie that everyone should forget.
Madagascar was never good.
I feel like the
I
entire
only ever seen the
Madagascar
first two
franchise
movies.
could probably be forgotten.
I never bothered with the third movie, so I have no idea. what that
It was about a circus. I remember that.
Yeah, I know that much, but I never bothered with it.
No one
entire-
liked Madagascar. Everyone's mom just bought that Madagascar stuff.
Yeah.
saying
Yeah, I watched the first
Madagascar
two
3
theaters, at
was
least.
about a circus just like awakened a memory in my mind of like a commercial for the movie where Marty's all like
The Afro Circus?
Oh, yeah.
Afro Circus.
Circus.
I thought that was the funniest shit.
Wow, you just unearthed that
you just
memory.
I did
fucking,
not
like-
realize that Madagascar 3 existed. I do not remember this ad.
It's honestly better off that way.
Oh,
It was
let me
That's
look
all.
this up.
That's all I
don't
remember
either.
about the
What year
movie
was
is that
this movie,
fucking
like
commercial
2010?
playing every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I
remember that.
literally,
I'm-
this does not familiar to me.
I remember
look
seeing
it up.
ads for this, but then I was like, looks fucking stupid.
Madagascar
Yeah.
3, Europe's
I
Most
saw
Wanted.
that-
Why the fuck is it called Europe's
Yeah.
Most Wanted?
Because they
Why are they in Europe?
They're like in a zoo.
Well, I mean, I
Can we
guess
put the...
it's pretty obvious.
I remember them being on like boxes on a boat again. I think that happens
I
every
think they're on
movie.
like a cruise ship or something.
Is Gloria the hippo racist? Yes.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, she
I
is. They,
yes,
Yeah.
she's
They literally-
extremely racist.
they deport her to Africa in the second movie.
That's actually
No, I'm
true.
only
He's not
talking-
lying. That's actually true. That happens.
I'm only talking about in the game. Like, I don't know anything
in the
about
okay,
Madagascar.
in the
No.
game, I don't know if there's any connection, like racial connections between like
I mean,
peppers,
there's a
but
lot
there's
of
a
racism.
there's
The,
a
cro-
there's like
the crocodile's racist.
The
In the
crocodile.
movie,
the
Yeah.
crocodile's
The crocodile's
extremely
definitely
racist.
racist, but-
How'd they get away with that?
because
It was
nobody
2005,
played
it
this
was a
game.
different
Yeah,
time.
Nobody
because it was
noticed.
2005.
Nobody
That's why.
Did-
2005 was a different time.
If
Did
there was a
Miyamoto
scene in
okay
Super Mario
racism?
Sunshine where a crocodile hopped out of the water with a fake Japanese accent, Nintendo would have been burned to the fucking ground.
How did...
But
how did
how'd they get away with it? E10 plus, that's how.
You remember Kung Fu
yeah,
Chaos?
E10 Plus allows racism.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
That's what it is.
you know, in the movie, Gloria's voiced by a black woman. She's sassy, obese, and there's a scene in this game where she runs really fast because she ate a bunch of chili peppers and smashes watermelons with her obese body.
Yeah.
It's true.
What did they mean by this?
What did they
I
mean
mean,
by this?
there was
When they
no
were-
good
When they were
intentions
making
with
it, they're
that.
like, this is just a nice little level, but then in hindsight, it's like, ooh, what are you guys doing?
And everyone else is I think what's the giraffe's name again? I'm a big
Marty.
fan.
Wait, no, Melman.
No, Melvin.
Yeah, the,
Melvin.
I get them
Melvin's like
confused.
Melvin's like
Melvin
the
O'Houlihan.
OCD
I
one.
feel like that was trying to like diss on fucking OCD. They were
Yeah.
they were really throwing all the punches.
Dude,
Come on, give me
they
my
went a little too
reparations,
far. I
James.
think they were really like.
And
And Alex was
ragging on
like
Melvin.
Alex was the everyman.
Dreamworks.
Nothing bad happens to Alex because he's the perfect everyman.
Yeah, 'cause he's the perfect.
He's the best character in the game.
I mean, he's the most
yeah.
fun to control.
No, he's not.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
is, bro. My favorite thing about this game was trying to control it sucks.
Really, that was your favorite part about it?
Yeah, trying
No.
to fight. I think the most engaging part was trying to fight against the controls to actually make it play good.
My favorite part of the game was trying to fight against the urge to kill myself while playing.
My
it. It
favorite
fucking
part-
blows.
I don't know that urge was already there before Madagascar.
My favorite part
Madagascar
was
was
I beat the
intensified it.
game and I
Control the
looked
game.
myself in the mirror and I cried.
My favorite part is the really short section in the New York escape when he plays Melvin.
Yeah,
That part is
the
actually
best
great.
part of
That's
the
the part
game.
where
That
that's
part
the
is
only part
actually
where it's a
good.
real platformer.
You know,
It's the
I
only
think when I first played Melvin,
controls
I
are-
remember saying I hated it, but then thinking back about it, like hearing everyone talk about it, I think it's actually my favorite. But I think I was just so put aback by actually playing a good
Right.
part of the game I had stopped them from
The
about
the
it.
idea, okay, here's something that I'll give them credit for. Like the idea of the skill cards is like a really good idea.
It's a good idea, except every time
they
they
were
have skill
unlockable.
cards, they're all right next to each other.
Pretty much,
and they're
yeah.
all forced. If some of them were optional, that would be fucking like that'd be awesome.
I mean,
Yeah, that'd
I like
really
the skill
cool if
card
they're
Joe
optional.
Camel gives us.
See, the thing is, Melman is the most fun character because he has the most options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex has almost equally options with his double jump and stuff. But the
His
problem
levels
is,
suck.
the double jump doesn't have enough they can do with it, so they just kind of like
They just put
Make really
rings all over
boring
the
bad
place.
And
levels.
his attack is just boring. Fighting with him isn't even fighting.
this
It's
game.
just you roar.
This game literally would have been 2 times better if instead of having 4 characters, they just crushed it into 2. Like you
Who are you gonna cut out? Are you gonna cut out the two black ones, Marty
Wow.
and Gloria?
no, you keep
Oh, you
in the
cut-
movie Marty or in the movie Gloria and Melman are basically glorified side characters.
Yeah.
I'm saying you crush all the characters together. So you give Marty the helicopter spin and the air dash. and then he has
Yeah.
plenty of stuff to do, and you give Alex the roll and the double jump, and he has plenty of stuff to do. And you got a way better
How's
game
Marty
on your
gonna
hands just from
helicopter?
that simple change.
How's Marty
Honestly,
gonna
because then they
helicopter
can focus
spin?
more on the levels.
And then Melman and Gloria can get fucked because no one cares about them.
No, Melvin's the best.
Yeah, they're just
character.
racial
I thought-
racial and mental
yeah.
disorder stereotypes.
It would be better if they weren't like a part of the game, but they had some agenda to fill and to fucking
Yeah, they had
put
a
this in.
diversity quota.
Yeah.
They had a diversity quota, but they were obviously upset about it.
Yeah,
so
they-
decided to just.
They were really mad, so they wanted to make Gloria look as bad as possible because she's the black woman.
so.
Hey, but
fun.
hey, Marty's a black
They're like,
guy,
you know what,
though.
you fucking hippo woman, you're gonna run through this pile of watermelon, and then afterwards you're gonna have a level where you run through a pile of KFC.
And they got away with it.
And
They
got
got
away
away
with
with
it.
it.
So, do the
Listen,
characters
it
have the
was
same
2000
voice actors as
It
the
was
movie?
2005.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
wondering.
Get away with everything.
That's one of the interesting things about this game is that they got the cast from the movie back.
Well, they probably forced them to do it.
I mean, there's no way they got a good paycheck from it.
No.
It probably had something to do with the
I-
contract.
Are you saying this game didn't
They're
sell well?
probably already in
What?
the booth for the movie, and they just slid them like an extra piece of paper. And they're-
Or you saw all
I mean,
those
it's not,
cutout
and that's
lines.
probably where most of the game's budget went, was to get the actors from the movie.
I feel like a lot of it was also cut takes as well.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Did you guys play any like the DS or Game Boy ones?
no.
I did not.
I
did
played the
not.
DS one as a kid. It sucked.
Was it a platform like 2D?
Yeah, it was a 2D
Okay.
platform.
Wow.
So
It's
you know
not
how
like
you know how
Nicktoons
this
Unite.
you know how bad this controlled in 3D?
Wait,
Imagine
well,
a
you know
bad
what?
2D
maybe,
platformer.
maybe we could do those versions as another episode one
Yeah.
day.
What'd you say?
No, eventually we will play all of the Madagascar games.
Yeah, and then we'll
Yes.
watch the
That's
movie.
an Ultra Boys promise.
Yeah.
We promise to you, the viewer. We pledge. The pledge I'm not
play
willing
every
to take.
single at Madagascar game, even the weird penguin.
Did you
spell.
guys know there's a PC version of this game?
It's probably
What?
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
the,
Yes, it
There's
is.
a
PC
PC,
version is the
there's a
one
PC
people
version of Ed and
speedrun on.
Eddie, and it deletes your hard drive. This is true. This is real.
Wait, you don't know
This is
about
real.
it?
That's great.
Wait, what was this game like built
Advertise the
for?
Ed and Eddie MMO.
Which
Um,
one is the game built for?
What do you mean?
I
Is
don't
it built
know.
for PC?
I'd imagine it was built
GameCube.
for. I'd imagine it might have been built for PC, then ported to Xbox and everything else.
Yeah.
you know,
Could have been built for
I
Xbox.
whenever I'm making a video about a game, I watch the speedrun just out of curiosity. And considering the fact that the PC version, the Xbox version are near identical besides graphics, I'd guess they made it for PC and then ported it to everything else after.
Does the PC
Yeah.
version run at 60 frames a second?
I
I don't know.
I
don't
don't
remember
think
back
so.
in-
I
Probably
watched
good.
a video and the YouTube video was only uploaded at 30 frames per second, so I couldn't be sure. Although it
You
did
did- you
look quite a bit smoother, where I think the Xbox version, I was probably getting a consistent like 25 to 30. The PC version
Pretty
did
good.
look higher, but I don't know if it was maintaining 60, but also the speed run just clips through a lot of walls all over the place, so it's kind of hard to judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the PC version has the highest ratings on Metacritic. It has a 73 out of 100. So good job,
Wow,
Madagascar.
that's solid.
What do the other versions have?
Well,
Like 60.
the lowest rated one is a PS2 at 69, which makes sense.
I would
PlayStation
assume
2
that.
sucks.
Yeah, we hate the PS2.
No, I love
No games. I love the PS2.
Yeah, PS2's pretty good.
it. Why did you lie?
PS2 is epic.
The PS2 is great. I remember the fucking PS2 Slim blows.
It does blow.
it's
I
great. So
have
the
the
only-
PS2 Slim. It's fucking broken.
So here's the thing about the PlayStation
That's
2
'cause you
Slim.
bit it- that's
One
'cause you
bad
put
thing
it
that
across
happened
your
about
knee.
it is the
Cover.
the laser detection thing can go bad. And you just gotta like tape some button down in there.
You know what else is
That
fucking
works.
weird? Did you know the
What?
PS2 and the PS2 Fat and the PS2 Slim have different multi-taps for them?
Really?
They do?
They
They
do?
Yeah, the Slim multi-tap is not compatible with the big PS2, and the
Wait a
big
minute, but I
PS2's
have a-
multi-tap is not compatible with the
That
I don't
Slim.
doesn't
know.
make sense.
Are you sure? I
So
have a
any-
I have a PS2 multi-tap. I can test it out later, actually.
No, I
I
also have
the
the
one that looks like
multi-tap.
the PS2 Fat. It's like the same design.
I
Yeah.
also
You
have
look
the
at one way when
multi-tap,
I
and I
know
have
the-
I have a Fat PS2 and a Slim PS2, and my multi-tap does not work on the Fat PS2, only the Slim PS2.
I like how the Fat PS2 looks better.
Huh.
The PS2's always had like a it had a problem for me for crashing. Somewhat recently, like 3 years ago, I was replaying Persona 3.
The disc
and,
drives
it
in
just
them were
fucking-
terrible.
Did you reapply the thermal paste?
Yeah, I should have rebuilt it from scratch. It kept like crashing. That's a big issue I had with the PS2.
When I was getting my
I've
most
never had
recent
that,
PS2,
but-
I had to get like 3 or 4 of them because they all had dead disc drives.
Hey, at least the Dreamcast
One thing
disk
you
drive
can
doesn't
do-
die, it just sounds like it's dying.
There was a point in time,
No,
like
it-
a long time ago, where my PS2 would have that same problem. And if you open the disc tray, you can actually reach in and just rub like a microfiber on the laser. Because the laser accumulates a lot of dust just because of the design of the PS2.
Yeah, I just use
And
I
that
use
actually
a-
does unironically stop a lot of the crashing.
I just have a soft modded PS2 and I use the hard drive for games.
Yeah, me
But
too.
do
But
you
there's
put-
also a pentometer you can adjust in there if the laser gets weaker. That works too, from what I've heard. It makes the
Does the-
laser stronger.
You guys all have fat PS2s,
Yeah.
right?
I have a
got both.
fat
I have
and
a
a
s-
skinny.
I have a s-
Does it
I only have,
stand or
3
do you let it
slabs.
sit on its
Oh,
side?
horizontal.
It lets it
side.
stand.
Horizontal.
I have
Base.
it laid down.
Who
No, I-
actually makes their
I know
console
people.
stand up?
I fucking knew people.
I do it for some.
You know, the,
I knew people who fucking let it stand like vertically, and I just
then what-
couldn't. I couldn't.
and then what-
cope.
I
what
don't
third
mind
world country are
consoles
they
that
from?
stand, but like the Wii is fine standing because
The Wii,
once
the
the disc
Wii
is
is
in the
the
Wii,
only
It's built
console
for
that I
that.
stand.
once
It
the,
was meant to
well,
be
once the
standing,
game
though.
is in the Wii, there's like a thing inside, like a spindle that holds the disc in place. But with like the PS2, if you have it standing, you're just asking for it to get tipped
Oh,
over.
dude, the
and shred
fucking
your disc.
Xbox 360 had that problem
Yeah.
so bad.
No, the 360
God.
had
No,
that
I
so
cannot
bad 'cause-
tell you
that was
how
just the-
many
that was-
how many 360 games I have that are just fucking
Oh.
annihilated because they
I
got
had the
tipped
That was
same
just
over.
problem.
that was
I-
just the slim 360,
It was
right?
all of them.
I was at my
Or was it
both?
no, it's
All
all
of
the
them did that.
360s because
All
none
of
of
them, yeah.
none of the
Do not
360s
stand
had the
360
spindle.
up.
I was at my friend's birthday party when I was like 16, and I got Gears of War 3 like 3 days after it came out, and we were playing it, and I had my Xbox standing because his house was really small, and my friend kicked the 360 and shredded my new Gears of War 3 disc to fucking
Base.
pieces.
Dude, I have literally broken like 3 copies of Halo 3.
Yeah, no, the 360 disc drive is just made to shred discs.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So
So you buy more games.
so here's the real debate: Nintendo 64 horizontal or vertical?
Yeah. What's it gonna
vertical, obviously.
What's it gonna be?
I
huh?
put my
Huh?
64
GameCube,
I put my
horizontal or
Nintendo
vertical?
64
Vertical,
DVD on its
obviously.
side.
Okay, boys, just keep talking.
That's just
I'm
asking
gonna
to
go
get it
pee.
demagnetized.
Oh,
Okay.
you enjoy yourself. Why
So-
the fuck is there a handle on the GameCube?
Because it's epic.
So-
I use it all
carry
the
it
time.
around.
Well, so
that
actually,
you can
guys,
carry it to
did you
friends'
guys
houses
did you
and
guys
play Mario.
did you guys see the GameCube leaks about how it was supposed to be like portable and all that?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was supposed to have. I know it was supposed to have like a fucking microfiber or whatever screen, like for 3D gameplay.
Microfiber
And it would have costed
screen.
more. It would have. Dude, I don't know shit about technology.
micro
Alright.
SD card screen.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Hear me out. When it comes to technology, I don't know shit. I am a dumbass.
I know
It's
too much
okay.
because I'm an author.
I consume and that's it. I barely know how my phone works.
But no. But originally, in some of the design documents I saw in one of the Giga Leaks or whatever, had designs for original prototype GameCube, and it was gonna be like a portable console, like a hybrid, kind of like the Switch, but like
Yeah.
it would have been good. But I feel like that's why the GameCube uses mini DVDs, and the handle is just like remnants of that design.
It's
when you
also
make it
the
a
board is
portable
super
console.
tiny. It's a fucking
Yeah.
tiny
Yeah.
ass thing.
Wait,
in
hold.
there.
What do you mean the Switch but good?
Yeah, the Switch is bad.
Switch is
We-
bad.
Does
I
anyone
love the
here like
Switch.
their Switch? Raise a hand.
I'm okay. I'm
Right.
raising my
Hand.
hand, but you can't see.
I
I
like it.
I don't know. I just like the convenience of it. Obviously, I can't
Yeah.
fucking
Here's
leave
the
my house
problem.
all the
Here's
time
the
anymore.
Nintendo releases on it is bad,
I just like it.
and all the ports on it like run terrible, and they cost more.
Not all of them.
What do you mean you don't want to play
Mario
Skyrim?
Mario Galaxy runs great. That's the
Yeah.
only thing on the 3D All-Stars Collection.
Yeah, but it's
that
in
runs amazing.
But guys, the debug cubes and Sunshine adds soul to the game. It's soulless without.
I love that Nintendo's
The way
own
that,
emulator has like all the same problems as Dolphin.
What do you mean their own emulator? They probably just used a fork of Dolphin or
Yeah,
like,
no, they're legally allowed to do that.
Only if it's open source, they're allowed
They don't
to.
fucking care. Are you guys excited for the Pokemon collection that's going to inevitably come out next year
No.
too?
Bro, I don't care. I don't have any
why
hype for
would-
Pokemon
Pokemon
games
sucks.
anymore. Bro, the last time I was hyped for a Pokemon
Yeah,
game
it's
was...
impossible.
Last time I was hyped for a Pokemon game was Gen 5, and then I didn't like it.
X and Y was really hype, and even it was really hype during it, because even though the actual game wasn't
Game
good,
sucks.
online
Yeah,
was fun.
yeah, you know
like the
what?
PSS and
Here's
Secret
a
Okay,
hot
Base.
take. X and Y was like the funnest time to be in the Pokemon community.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even though the
X
games
and
were
Y
shit,
the
it
X
was
and Y
very fun.
pre-gaming and the fucking leak season
Yeah.
was fucking amazing. But once the game
It was
came
so
out,
great.
man.
Remember that time where Cerebi Joe posted a fake Koro scan, and he said there was the legendary to the wrong type? Never forget.
Yeah, that was epic.
Or that time he uses Gen 5 ROM, and he's like, you don't get experience in the first battles, they're just tutorial battles.
We can't talk shit, or else we're not gonna get him on the podcast.
Dude,
on
yeah, let's
episode
get it.
58.
Do you remember that
we get-
time?
Why would we
Do you
want
guys
it?
remember the smoker leaker who was playing? He got X and Y early, and like every 10 minutes he'd be like, "I'm going out for a smoke."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
That
there was a
fuck-
guy like that too for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
The
And I
shit posting in
remember,
that thread was ungodly.
And then there was the Laurentis guy for Sun and Moon. He just gave us the game.
You just
Yeah,
changed
oh my
the
god, I
I
remember
got
that.
banned. My 3DS
was just Moon.
account got banned because I played that early copy of Sun.
Nice
Can't you
job.
unban
Yeah.
it so easily, though? It's so fucking easy to unban it.
Just go offline.
It's the same with the Switch. You know, if we keep talking about hacking fucking Nintendo consoles, we're not gonna get
that's true.
Miyamoto
For
on the
episode
podcast.
112.
Shit.
Yeah. No, I'll just tell Miyamoto about how great Mario 64 is, and he'll come on here for sure.
That
I wanna
collection
know why
is
he ruined
fucking
Paper
amazing.
Mario.
Yeah, why he
The
do it?
only Paper
Why
Mario
him
I
specifically?
played was like 5 minutes of
Every
Sticker
time
Star.
somebody in the world says Paper
God.
Mario,
Go play the
Miyamoto
good
looks
ones,
in that
Bella.
direction inexplicably.
Paper Mario.
I hope Miyamoto's looking at us right now, looking down on us Ultra
From the
Boys.
heavens.
Bro, he's up there like the moon of Majora's Mask. He's about to come down.
Hope he crashes in this podcast, no survivors.
Anyway,
Turn us all into toads.
The lengths we're willing to take to just not talk about Madagascar is just insane.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
for like
it's
30
ran
minutes.
out of shit to say about it already.
There's not much to say.
It's
It's
mediocre.
Madagascar.
Well, I mean, it's fine. This is our
It's
our
definitely
podcast. We'll just
shovelware.
rant about stuff.
We do what
I mean-
we want.
We never really talked about what we did this week or the news.
Yeah.
okay,
So
here,
this is-
guys.
Gaming news
Guys,
specifically.
Guys,
Yeah.
hold on. Okay, we've gone on a bunch of Sorry, I'm drunk. I'm really drunk. Sorry. Okay, we've gone on a bunch of tangents. We've talked about a lot of shit. We've talked about Madagascar some. I think we've all made it clear kind of what we feel, but let's all run through and give our general thoughts on Madagascar, and then we'll just forget the context of the episode and talk about whatever.
Alright.
So,
Okay.
Bela, you're the first listed in the Discord. What did you think of Madagascar?
You know, it was a game. I mean, not every game's gonna be a perfect masterpiece 10 out of game with an excellent story that can compare to the likes of Sonic Adventure 2, but I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, the continuity here bothers me.
Pisses me the fuck off.
My favorite character was probably Melman, but Alex is my favorite to control, but his levels are disappointing. You just don't get to use them as often as I would have liked. But a solid 6 out of 10 game. I'd play it again, maybe when I'm like really bored.
Alright.
Who's next? Who's next?
Me.
Just keep going.
Oh, you're next.
Just keep going in order. It's easiest that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a lot like Bela said. It's a very like 6 out of 10 game. I have a little like breakdown of like each level I wrote up. Let's see, like the New York Zoo. I thought it was a pretty okay like first tutorial level. I mean, it wasn't that complicated. It was pretty easy. But I mean, it was a tutorial level, so the part where you have to actually use like run down Marty's treadmill for those last 2 monkey coins is really bad. That was a bad decision. Zoo Escape, that was an okay level. It was pretty mediocre. The New York level was really fun. I really like playing as Melman at that one. Penguin level was kind of cool. Nice little break. It was weird that it was basically inspired by Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, that's fun.
The tanker section in that. Then there was like a jungle level with Alex. That was pretty forgettable. You saved the lemurs with like the wind gimmick. I liked that level. That was pretty.
That
cool.
level was awful.
I like it. I had fun with it. The Jungle Banquet was probably what the game, like what Moon said, that's probably what the game should have been the whole time, was a 3D collectathon. Because it worked. That was the game's strong suit, was that level. I would say it's the best one. Coming of age, you play as Melman and you gotta kill a bunch of worms for some reason. And then at the end you have to avoid Alex because he's like bloodthirsty or something. That was a part in the movie.
We didn't talk about the game that much as I thought we would, but I actually kind of do like that part where you're Melman dodging Crazy Alex because it's actually a platformer again where you can't touch the ground.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. It reminded me of the New York stage, and like that was actually when I realized that Melman's good, and I just had Stockholm syndrome.
Melman has the most potential. He just also only has 2 levels.
It's unfortunate.
And then then the next one, you have to it's another collectathon level where you have to collect parts of like a makeshift Statue of Liberty, like in the movie. It wasn't as good as the other collectathon level, sadly. And there was like a weirdly racist crocodile at one point.
Yeah, racial stereotypes 2000.
He just has a Japanese accent. And it's just like, why? And then there's the final boss. It's like 5 minutes. Very forgettable, and then for no reason, Alex gets an upgrade where he can use his claws, where he should have had him the whole game.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't.
That's why it's E10 plus because Alex just murders small animals.
That's basically what I think about that. Holden, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, the fact that I feel like I forgot a lot of the shitty parts and I only remember like 3 parts of this game is really telling. But I think all around it's a fairly decent platformer, if you can even fucking call it that, because there's only like 2 platforming parts in this game, and most of it's pretty safe to say this game's like a stealth game, like mostly just Metal Gear shit.
For whatever reason.
For whatever
Metal Gear
reason.
Spin-off?
I can't say, like, if I look at other fucking platformers next to this, I can't say this game's a platformer. It's more of a spiritual successor to Metal Gear than a spin-off.
It's a spiritual successor to both Metal Gear and Mario 64. Just as Kojima and Miyamoto intended.
But yeah.
A lot of games back then had weird, like, random stealth sections.
Yeah, like Super Bust-A-Move from Atari Anthology.
And you guys wouldn't know because you didn't fucking play it.
Yeah.
Super Bust-A-Move has a stealth section? Are you guys fucking with me?
Oh, maybe on the fucking Super Bust-A-Move episode we'll find out, huh?
Yeah.
Featuring Miyamoto.
And on the Atari Anthology episode.
We actually need to do an Atari Anthology episode. It's hilarious.
Dude, an Atari Anthology episode would be fun, but...
All around, it's Madagascar. It's literally exactly what you'd expect it to be. You can play it if you fucking so wish. But yeah, it's a decent stealth game. Who's next?
You're gonna call that a decent stealth game?
You wanna play a fucking good stealth game? Play Super Bust-A-Move.
Or Atari Anthology.
Mario makes a sound.
The game is generally mediocre. I've made a video about this over on my own channel. You should watch it. I go in depth with all my feelings. So Rob, what are your general feelings on Madagascar?
Listen, okay, the first like 3 levels suck complete ass because Marty is not fun to play as. Marty is the worst character, and they make you play as him so much. But then once you get after like the tanker level, you don't really play as him that much anymore, and that's when the game becomes tolerable, I think. The banquet level, like I said, best level. It's like Donkey Kong 64 if you're into that shit. So check it out.
The beach level's kind of like Donkey Kong 64 too, but it's not as good as the banquet level.
Mini golf. Mini golf is pretty epic.
Yeah, the mini golf game's actually fucking.
When I was a kid, I would come back.
It's too
to
good for
mini golf
Madagascar 2005 on GameCube.
It's too good for this world. Maybe that just ties back into the metaphor about how
And you know what?
civilization's bad.
Even though the rest of the mini games are
fun.
pretty shitty, I appreciate that they're there. I would have enjoyed that as a child.
Yeah, would you have liked the
I
dog
probably
fighting
would've.
game as a child?
D10 plus for dog.
Yeah, us little
The
IQ
shuffleboard-
brain children's.
The shuffleboard game actually seemed pretty good, but it requires local multiplayer, so I didn't
Yeah,
play it much.
I
just
played the
against
shuffleboard a
myself
lot
for
as a
10
kid, and it
minutes,
was
but
pretty fun.
The shuffleboard game actually seems like fairly decent for what it is.
Should have just got Dolphin. We could have all done net play.
Okay, before
Maybe
we
one
move
day.
on, I have one more idea. Everyone suggest one thing to improve this game.
Make it good.
Okay. Remove
I can't say make it good.
Get rid of him.
That's cheating.
Marty's really just like what is stopping this game from being.
Yeah, I
from
agree
being
actually.
good.
You know what, guys? That's not what I agree. I remove Gloria.
No.
Gloria's way worse than
No,
Marty. I feel
Gloria
like.
at least has like
Nah,
fun
Gloria's
games.
fun.
The
She's just
role was
clunky.
kind of fun.
Yeah, I love playing as a racist hippo and eating hot
Okay,
chili.
morally, I don't like her, but like gameplay wise, she's
Way
not
better than Marty.
bad. Way better than Marty.
But Marty's epic because you get to like kill people.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you
yeah.
get to kill
But,
people with the penguins too.
But I guess something I would improve about the game to make it better would probably be I'd give Alex better stages and make him appear about as often, like a little bit more. I felt his stages, Alex stages more than anyone, I felt lacked focus. It was just like do this, do
Yeah.
that, do this, do that. It was just like going back and
Yeah,
forth
like the
with
B
different
level.
ideas.
The B level was
Too
kind of
much.
stupid.
How did
Yeah.
Forgot that even happened.
how did the zoo hunter survive the fucking thing falling on him during his boss fight?
I'm pretty sure. Now, don't quote me on this. I'm not a Madagascar lore expert, but I'm pretty sure there's 2 zoo hunters.
Oh,
Now-
same guy. What do you
Alright,
If
what
I had to
do you
guess,
have to
okay,
confirm that?
right? So I'm kind of the Madagascar lore expert because I got 100% completion on the game and I watched the movie. If I had to
So
guess,
far, yeah. You're the most qualified.
the zoo hunter on the boat is the brother of the zoo hunter from the previous level, going out to get revenge for his dead brother.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like how we're tying thematic ideas into the game.
Yeah, see, it's like
And then Metal Gear happens.
Marty didn't have to kill the first zoo hunter, but because he did, he created a cycle of violence that's continued on.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's deep.
It's like a very like branching tree. Like in the timeline where Marty doesn't kill the zoo hunter, but the penguins kill the people on the boat, leads to fucking Metal Gear Solid 2.
You know, it'd be kind of sick if this game had like branching story paths, like
Yeah,
Shadow
for the
Hedgehog,
alignment.
That'd be kind of sick. Yeah.
Oh yes, my
There needs
favorite
to be an
game,
alignment
Shadow the
system.
Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Make this game more like Shadow already.
Yeah, please. I mean, they already have animals wielding guns. I mean,
That
God, I
game's
love
coming
that
out
game.
around the same time.
Back to fucking Sonic. I love Shadow the Hedgehog. It's a great game. I fucking
That's it.
adore it.
No,
what
I'm not
would,
talking about Sonic
what would,
anymore.
what would you improve about the game? Whoever's next. I think it's Holden, maybe.
No, I already spoke.
It's me again.
Oh, it's you. Okay.
I would make it more like a collectathon. I think those were the best aspects of the game, were the 2 collectathon levels. The whole game should have just been that.
Yeah.
I think personally the game needs more focus, and my number one suggestion for improving focus is removing Gloria and Melman from the game and just fusing them together with Alex and Melman.
Here's where I'm at. I think they should have done the Donkey Kong 64 stuff more. I think that should have just been the whole game.
Yes.
Honestly,
For sure,
and
yes.
honestly, that one level, the banquet level, is long enough that it could have been like the whole game.
Pretty much, yeah. If they
level's like
had
20
made the
minutes.
banquet level 5 times,
Yeah.
they could have had a game there that was way
Yeah,
better than
I
what we
would take
got.
that.
Yeah. Would have been better if it had better controls.
The controls are fine. They didn't bother me. They're not fun. They're not great.
I mean, they're
controls
not
are-
fine.
They're bad, but they're not bad enough to be like offensive.
No, it's not
Oh.
terrible. It's just there's times where I feel like
They
better
never
controls
bothered me.
really
I
could
just
have
didn't
helped
care
out.
enough.
Are you saying you don't care about Madagascar?
I might be implied.
saying?
Rob, what the fuck? But Rob, this is the first episode of Ultra
And your
Boys.
blue
You have to
pill.
care about-
Congrats.
You have to care.
Yeah, we've officially run out of things to say about Madagascar.
Well,
I think I was gonna say something, but I might have forgot.
you know, we played Madagascar. We didn't like
now-
it, but maybe the real
and now we're
Madagascar
about
was the friends we made
along the way.
And
God
now
damn
we're
it, you
about
said it first.
Madagascar is enough.
Kind of sad that this game is fairly mediocre, but it's still like in the upper echelon of like
Yeah.
licensed movie games.
Yeah, I mean, it just does all those
It's
things
one of the better
regular
ones.
shovelware games do, like throw in a bunch of different game elements, just not be that fun. Typical shovelware fare.
Have I ever shown you guys
yeah.
my tattoo?
I
No.
have not seen
You
it.
showed us that Yoshi drawing you did earlier.
No, one
I'm
time.
so proud of
one
you.
time, here's the backstory. I know this doesn't have anything to do with, but
That's fine. We'll go back to what we were
my
talking about
friend
after
traded
this.
a gram of weed for a tattoo gun, and I went to his house and got really drunk and tattooed Jackie Chan on my knee. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys. Let me get a picture.
No, I don't
No,
think so.
but I
Can
think
we
you-
back
I
up a
think
little
you've
bit on
mentioned
that
it before
tattoo
somewhere.
gun story? Because I want to hear more about that.
There's no
What do you
story
mean?
about it. He knew a guy
It's-
that used to be a tattoo artist, and the tattoo artist got fired for like coming into work high on crack. And then the tattoo artist kept his tattoo gun and was like, "I don't need this tattoo gun anymore, and I need a gram of weed. Will you trade?" And so my friend got a tattoo gun, and we got really wasted
Nice.
and tattooed ourselves. And at one point,
I mean, yeah, this is a...
we rolled Isaiah over and we got him to pull his pants down. And we were gonna tattoo a swastika on his ass, but he got scared and started crying and ran away.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
that's just standard affair. Trading a gram of weed for a
just boys
tattoo
being
gun
boys.
happens to all of us at one point.
It does.
Boys
It's
being
just-
boys, you know what I'm saying?
It's something that every
It's part of
man
life.
has to do growing up. It's a rite of passage, really.
It's just a circle of life, like perpetuating the cycle. You know, kind of like tying it back to Madagascar.
I'd like to I'd like to believe that we all have like distinct enough voices for people to tell
I don't
us
know, do we?
apart.
Well,
I
once
I
you get
feel
all
like
the
we
once
do.
you get all the pictures done, I'll make our things glow as we talk as I can.
That'll probably
So
be
that's-
helpful.
That's gonna be a lot of work.
It'll probably be very helpful.
Yeah, that'll be kind of sick. I mean, we
Assuming
introduced ourselves too.
The
and-
Madman that has gone 1 hour and 13 minutes in the Ultra Boys podcast,
Yeah.
dealing with
We
our
even
fucking.
we did everything out of order.
I
We
think
stood there and
everybody
talked about what we
listens
did
to
this
this show.
weekend.
Maybe.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully, if anyone
Well-
listens, they'll remember that I said I had a Facebook. Maybe I can get like a 14th friend on Facebook. That'd be kind of sick.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna show it on my channel, and I have like almost 800 subscribers, so we'll probably get a couple.
Yo,
of these.
shill the Facebook, shill the Facebook.
Show
Yeah.
the
Show the
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes, I'll put Bella's Facebook link.
We
in my
can all shill at the end of the
Wait,
podcast.
guys,
but now's the
guys,
time for the
guys.
news.
Check general really quick.
Oh, glad.
Oh yeah, no, you have shown me this.
That's a
before.
great tattoo.
That's a tattoo.
Are you gonna put a picture of it during the podcast for everyone to see?
Yeah,
I'll,
put it-
I'll
put
put
it
the
up right-
picture.
right
I'll
here.
put the picture
Yeah,
on the screen
I'll
so
mark
everyone
the
can see it.
time.
Yeah, put it at 1:13:45.
I can definitely see Jackie
It looks-
Chan.
You like it?
That looks like
If I looked at it from a distance, it just looked like a bruise.
that, or
It
it looks like
a
you just
pen
wrote on your
broke
leg
and
with
it kind of
Sharpie.
just leaked onto your knee.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, we drank like an entire bottle of whatever the fuck we had, rum or something. And so like I couldn't keep my hands still, and whenever I stabbed myself, it hurt a fucking lot, and I'd pull away. And so I'd like stab myself and
Jesus.
start writing, and I'd get like halfway through the letter, and then I'd pull away, and I'd have to start over.
Jesus.
I definitely
Oh,
see
it's supposed to be the
Jack.
word. I
Like,
thought
that's
you
pretty
I
much
thought you
the
meant
clear
like,
part.
you did, like a picture of Jackie
Yeah,
Chan
no,
on
it's
your knee.
it's the word Jackie
Oh,
Chan
okay.
on my knee.
The duality of man.
Now, what did you guys do this week?
Okay, so the most eventful thing I did this week was play Madagascar 2005 on the
Oh,
GameCube.
that's interesting because I also played DreamWorks Madagascar for Nintendo GameCube.
Wow.
Me
Wait,
too.
wait, did anyone else here play DreamWorks Madagascar 2005?
Well, crazy enough, I actually
did.
sat down and did that as well.
Dude,
This
no,
week?
What are the odds?
Wow.
But
Well, actually,
Alright,
didn't
now
Moon play it
on
last
to-
week?
mostly I have
up.
a YouTube channel of my own, and I've been playing Killer Instinct 2 for the last month.
I've never really cared about Killer Instinct, but that's
I've never
cool.
played Killer
in
Instinct.
preparation for a video about Killer Instinct 2, so that's mostly my life. I don't have a job. Life sucks.
Yeah, I'm unemployed. I lost my job this week because our store closed down.
Corona is based in red pilled and fucking my life up.
Yeah, no, I think it's fucking everyone's life up. Like, I've been
Hey,
seeing...
But actually,
unemployment's kind of epic.
you know what's nice about Corona?
Yeah, oh, it's great. What? What's so nice
Brought
about
us
it?
all
Minnesota, where I live, was one of the first states to get the extra money for Corona,
Yeah.
extra Corona bucks.
Wow.
And gave it out for the longest. So
Wow.
I've actually made more money than I've ever made in my life. Like, when I was actually working, I went 6 months without electricity, and now I have $13,000 in my bank account,
Nice.
nothing to spend it on.
Yeah,
Damn.
I got
Awesome.
14,000 in my bank account. 3,000 will go to school next semester, and then moving away, and it'll be paying for an apartment until I get through school. So that'll be sick.
Nice.
I've
Unless
been,
I just drop out of school, become a fast food cook for the rest of my life.
you know,
Yeah, dude,
Just drop out and let's
podcast.
do this podcast.
I've been... here's a question I should ask all of you fiends that I've been... I haven't seen many
Yeah.
anime in my life. I kind of
Okay.
stuck with Pokemon for like watching the Pokemon anime. That's about it for most of my life.
Yeah.
So now that I'm actually branching out and watching shit,
I'm not
What
actually. I'm
do you
not much of an
recommend?
anime head
I have
either. I've only
seen-
seen like 6 or 7 shows.
Okay.
I'm like an Omega level.
My
so
favorite anime,
Come to the
I
right
might
guy.
get shit for this, my favorite anime is The Big O.
Sonic X.
Hey, the Big
I've-
O's kind of base. The second season,
I've never
it's
seen
a little
it,
bit
but I am
weird.
interested.
The
in
second
it.
season
know-
gets a little off the rails, but it's
Listen.
still fucking based.
Yeah, I know we
You
were.
guys are
I know
gonna
we were
fucking.
talking about
You guys
the
are
Big
gonna
O,
make
like,
fun of me
a few
right now,
months
but
ago.
my favorite anime is Clannad.
Okay, alright.
Yo!
My favorite shit's
Fucking
Cowboy
love
Bebop. I
Clannad,
love that
yo.
so much.
As a based in Red Pill M
just
poster, I think one of my favorite anime would be Mobile Suit Gundam from
Alright, I just peeked the fucking
1979.
audio because
Why?
I did not expect
1980s.
that.
I didn't
The
expect that.
first Gundam, I as much as I like Gundam, the first series of Gundam is kind of a piece of shit.
Hey, come on! It's the Soul episode is Kino.
I-
They
got
gotta
soul.
There's some episodes I really love, and I love Char, but also there's that part. Okay, my Gundam story is like, I got really confused. You know that fight where they fight the Blue Zaku with the whips?
Yeah, the Rambo roll and his goof.
Yes, and then like 5 episodes later, they just replay that fight in its entirety at the start of a random episode.
Yeah. Well, so
I
the
got-
thing is,
I got really
They-
confused. I watched it for the first time in like 2013, and they just play that fight without context at the start of one episode, and I was like, oh shit, I must have gotten sent back somehow. And so I started like skipping around episodes, and I missed a bunch of episodes, and I was incredibly confused and had no idea what the fuck was going on, and got completely lost and had to start the whole series over.
well, so I don't know if this was you, but like someone posted on M about that before, about how that happened to them, and that's just more of an issue with a lot of older anime, especially older mechas. They just
Oh, I
reuse
know
a
that's
lot
a
of
thing.
I've
stock
never been
footage.
into. I've never
Yeah.
been into
Like, so I
mech
watched,
battles and shit. I don't know. I've just never really cared.
I
On
like
top of
Evangelion.
that, other
Hey, is
anime
that how you
that
say
I
it?
really like.
I'd rather see 2
Evangelion's not
dudes
even a
punch
mecha.
each other than 2
Kinda.
robots.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, Rob, come on.
If you want to watch,
But it's-
I love One Piece.
I
yes.
I
I've
watched
never
One
seen
Piece.
I don't
like
have the
100
will.
No,
episodes.
you don't watch One
and
Piece.
I-
One Piece, the anime,
No,
the anime sucks. Don't watch the anime.
Listen,
It's full of filler.
Come on,
It's
listen,
full of
this
stretching.
is all I'm gonna
it
say
sucks.
about
the
One
anime
Piece.
is garbage.
I watched
You
it
can
for
take the
100
anime-
So I've
episodes and I
heard.
really
You can
liked it, but then it was just too long. That's it. That's the problem with it.
No, the
no,
anime,
do not watch the anime. The
The
anime
first
is
100
fillered
episodes
out.
of the anime are actually a good adaptation, but
Yeah.
The
but
further
then-
the anime goes, the worse it gets because they've dropped the animation quality. They do more stretching, where in like the first 100 episodes, it's like 2 or 3 chapters per episode, and nowadays it's like half a chapter per episode. The anime is dog shit. Just do not touch the anime. The manga is excessively good.
Isn't it still
And
really
I love
long
it.
though?
And the manga is
So
still really
it's-
long.
it's really-
but the thing
it's
is,
fun.
each chapter of the manga is like, okay, consider every episode you've fucking watched of One Piece. Every episode you've watched of One Piece, it takes like 25 minutes, and that's like 3 chapters. Each chapter of One Piece is like 12 pages. You can read 3 chapters in 4, 5, 10 minutes if you're a
that's
slow
true.
reader.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a brainlet.
I mean, I don't know. I never really understood the like why people would complain about the length. I mean, it's consistently good. Is the thing.
Well,
It-
there's a couple arcs that I do not like, and they've all come after the time skip.
Yeah, post time skip's been a little rough. But
Pre time
I like
skip
it.
is a lot better than post time skip.
I didn't even know
I would
there was
say
a
if you
time
do
skip.
read the
I thought it
manga,
just
after
went
you
on
finish
so
the
long
time skip, you
because
should
it
probably
got
take a
older.
break.
Yeah. What was the
Me
time
too.
skip about? Like, how long did time skip?
There's
2
a
years.
big part
Why
in the
didn't they?
middle of
Why
the
didn't they
story
like
called.
age any?
There's a big part in the middle of the story where every single,
Around 500 chapters.
literally every character who's ever been important is involved in a gigantic war, and like a lot of shit happens, and it's really fucking cool, and it's fucking amazing. And then after
Yeah.
that, there's like a 3-year time skip,
2.
and the
2-year time
everything
skip.
after the time skip has been a mixed bag. There's some stuff that's really fucking good, and then there's stuff like Dressrosa, which the manga right now is at like 1,200 chapters, and 100 of those are Dressrosa.
no,
And
it's
Dressrosa
not- it's
sucks, and
900
it's
chapters.
boring, and it sucks. Well, it doesn't fully suck. Like Dressrosa's okay, but it's certainly not to the quality of something like Thriller Bark or
Nah, I don't know. I just don't have the patience
Bark
for
is
that
pretty
shit
boring.
anymore.
Dude, Thriller Bark's fucking awesome.
If I'm gonna watch a
Fuck you.
show these days, it's
The
gonna
only
be like
thing of
60
One Piece that-
episodes max.
Although
No,
Yeah, me too. Honestly.
hold on.
One Piece,
First off,
One Piece peaked when Croc was the villain.
Guys, what about
fucking
Legends: The
alligator?
Galactic
No.
Hero? Has anyone ever seen that one?
Legend of the Galactic Heroes is fucking.
No, we're
sick.
talking about One Piece here, Bella. And
Yeah,
no,
dumbass.
One Piece is only around 900 chapters right now. The chapter 1000 is supposedly going to come out at the end of the year, hopefully, if there's no delays. The worst thing about the time skip is the fact that every single arc up until the most current one has been build up for the most recent arc.
Fair.
So this current arc that's ongoing is going to probably end up being really good because it's been built up since the time skip started.
Or if it's
really
really
ha-
bad, it'll be disappointing.
I really hope the One Piece
Yeah,
is the
but-
friends they made along the way.
If it is,
know.
I'm
We
gonna
pretty
kill
much-
myself. I'll be honest.
At this point, we pretty much already know what the One Piece is. They just haven't got to it yet.
What is the One Piece?
It's a one-piece swimsuit
Well,
that helps you swim
It's
better.
kind of spoilery.
I guess
No,
it's
you see,
spoilers.
the thing
for
is,
One
in the
Piece.
One Piece world, there is a 100-year period of like history that nobody knows, and what's most likely going to be is that history is going to be written down at the final island that One Piece is on.
Who cares about history? Just go to history class.
Just use freaking
Yeah,
Google,
just go to fucking
idiot.
history class. They
God.
teach you everything right.
Luffy and his
good-
pirate crew, just a bunch of high school dropouts who just didn't pay attention.
You guys want to
It's
hear a
nothing.
fucking take, bros?
What?
Samurai Champloo is
This
better
is
than
fake
Cowboy
and
Bebop.
gay.
Yeah, you know, I've never.
No.
I've
never heard
never
someone chat
seen
a
that,
point in
but
my
I'm
life.
guessing it's a shit take.
Guys,
That's not a bad
something
opinion.
about-
That's a truth. That's a fact.
Do you guys
Samurai
know
Champloo
Cowboy
fucking
Bebop had a
sucks.
movie?
Yes, it does.
Yes,
A
it's
Yeah,
lot,
it's-
a lot of
it's
people
sick.
I talk to don't know about that.
Dude, the
Ever
movie's
had a
fucking
movie.
awesome.
I know that because
The villain is so edgy, but I fucking love it.
It's not edgy. I like the part where they where they're at the like convenience store in the beginning. That part's kind of
Oh, that part's amazing.
I think the movie's really good. It really captures
I like
the
it.
feel
Yeah.
of everything that the
Yeah.
series.
Cowboy Bebop's amazing. I don't know what you're on.
Honestly, I would say if you've never seen Cowboy Bebop, the movie might be a good starting place.
Or just
Guys,
episode
guys,
one.
guys.
Yeah.
Anime
Yeah.
hot take.
I love episode
Anime
one.
hot
Some
take.
people don't want to watch
JoJo
anime.
parts 1 through
What?
3,
Oh,
based
please.
as fuck. Part 4, trash.
I've never seen JoJo.
Part
The
3
best
is
part of
part
JoJo is Steel
okay.
Ball
Part
Run.
4 is
Part
terrible.
3 is overrated as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Part
You are-
4,
say Part
JoJo's
four
Part
is
4
that
is
is
like
a
the most
decrepit
generic anime I've ever seen in my life.
Part 4 is great. I mean,
Part
okay.
4 is the second
To
best
be
part.
fair, to be fair, I haven't seen
He's
many
so generic.
anime, so I really like Part 4. But can we all agree
I
Part 7
don't
is
know
the
anything
best?
past Part 4
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah,
so
It
bad.
Steel
is.
Ball
that it
Run
turned
is
me
the
off
best
from
part
rest
by
of the
far.
series.
Steel Ball Run is fucking.
Anime onlys don't know about Part 7's greatness
You
yet.
can fucking read Part 7 on its own, it's fine. Part 7's
Yeah.
Part 7's great as hell.
Part
Part
4
seven's a
turned me
reboot.
off
Yeah.
from the
You
series.
can
I
read
haven't
it.
touched it since.
No. No.
I
Just
don't- I-
ignore
I
5
watched
and
the
How
whole
6.
far
thing.
did you get into Part 4?
Rob.
Oh,
Rob.
what?
Yeah.
Even to the bites the dust are?
Rob.
God.
Ignore 5 and 6. 7 is a full reboot. Read 7. Steel Ball Run is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's genuinely
5 and 6 suck
amazing.
anyway, so just skip them.
It's,
Steel Ball Run.
It's god tier.
Steel Ball Run. Okay, let me set this up for you. Do you like
It's alright.
cowboys? It's cowboys, horse racing, anime battles, the body
Jesus
parts
Christ.
of Jesus Christ. Fucking
And the main character
dinosaurs.
uses a wheelchair.
Dio comes back. There's a guy who can turn into dinosaurs. There's a guy who fucking makes black holes with his fingernails. Fucking
It's kind of sick.
There's the fucking True Man's World. I love
the
that.
main villain is warping around and he's got an
main
army
villain?
of himself from alternate dimensions. There's a
President of the
guy who
United
uses
fucking
a
States.
stopwatch to rewind time. Shit's fucked.
it's
Everyone's
so
riding
good.
on horses. It's fucking great. There's a guy who
And the
has
main character's a cripple.
Yeah.
There's a guy whose stand power is that his stand tells him to do retard shit, but his stand, if he does the retard shit, it grants him extreme luck. And so his stand is like jump off this cliff, and then he jumps off the cliff and everything works out for him. It's fucking great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
That sounds.
It's
That
fucking-
sounds.
Hey
great.
Ya by the
However,
Outcast.
His fucking stand would be like, yo, chop your finger
However-
off, and then he'd like get first place in the race. Like,
Yeah, he
just
won.
me, or like, I have a really tough time staying concentrated reading like manga and shit on my phone. I can
I don't
I
have
can
that issue at all.
Yeah, me too. I've
legitimately, the
only-
only way for me to like
That's-
stay focused on like a book is just to read the actual physical book.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's
I
what
get
you
that
do.
too.
Here's what you do. Rob, go to your
you're
computer.
gonna be waiting a while.
Go to your printer and print out every
Yeah, let me
chapter
just
of
do
Steel
that real
Ball
quick.
Run and then staple it
Yeah.
together and read it right now.
No, be sure to go to
panel at
like
a time.
be sure to go to your local university and use their printer so you don't have to pay for it. And just say you're a student.
Yeah, you can just say you're a student. You don't even have
Actually,
to
when
use
I
it.
was in
do
college, they made us pay for it. Yeah.
Really? They don't make
That's
me pay
so
at my
wow.
college.
Yeah, it was like 75 cents a page.
What a bunch of assholes.
Oh, so I know someone who's not only did they make you pay for paper at their college, but they also limited how much paper you can
Really?
print out per semester.
What's the point of
Yeah.
limiting it if they're just gonna make you pay anyway?
I don't know.
So you don't use all their paper, come on.
Yeah, come on. I mean, you're paying for their paper. Why would they want you to use it all? Come on.
But geez, Holden, what have you seen?
Okay, I've seen all of JoJo. I've seen
Okay.
Your
That
Line
show is
April.
fucking awful.
What?
I agree. That's I
I,
hate that shit.
I liked it.
I haven't
I-
seen
You know what?
it.
You know what? I
I
thought
saw-
the first
I
episode
mean,
wasn't that
I saw-
bad, and then it just gets real bad after that.
Here's a take. Here's a take that people aren't gonna enjoy. I saw the first season of My Hero
I didn't like it
Academia.
either.
I just didn't jive with it.
Yeah, I think that's
fine.
a lot of people I've talked to.
My
It's-
Hero
Academia
Academia
is
is
butch.
a
I thought
fucking
One Punch
normie
Man was
anime.
funny for like
Naruto.
2 episodes,
Generic-
and then it kept going.
My Hero Academia is generic bullshit made to sneak anime into normie households.
So
It's a
Holden,
conspiracy.
here's what you should do, Holden. So like, go look at anything that's ever aired on Toonami and just
Okay.
watch that.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, no,
Big
I've-
O,
I've
Outlaw
recently
Star,
watched- I've
all
recently
that.
watched
Yeah.
DBZ. I like that a lot.
Alright, but the original Dragon Ball's better.
The anime
Yeah.
of Dragon Ball is not good. The manga.
I disagree. I think the anime is
I-
fine.
I have a strong-
I've seen the DBZ manga. The
I-
manga's it's sick.
I have an incredibly
I was-
strong preference towards manga because manga tends not to have filler or stretching, where everything
Yeah.
I like
everything
the
tends to
easy
flow
filler.
better, especially because
I always thought it was good.
manga is
Yeah.
primarily it's like all written
I
by
didn't
one
have any
person, and and it's like mostly drawn by one person, so it's all like one person's ideas and pacing and stuff. And when you get into the anime shit, it just gets.
There's only a couple really terrible
Have you
episodes of
ever,
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, like Bulma
The
fights
first
the
episode's
crab.
kind of fucking terrible. It's just Gohan fighting a tiger in the desert.
It's just Gohan lost in the woods.
I love the style. I don't know. People say that the style of the later episodes looks better. I fucking love the Saiyan Saga
I
style.
love early Dragon
No,
Ball.
Saiyan
Me
Saga
too.
is the peak.
It's so good.
Saiyan people.
Have you ever
Dragon Ball Evolution is the fucking weirdest movie I've ever seen.
Oh,
I
it's,
haven't
it's,
seen
it's
it.
fun though. It's really fun to watch through.
It's
No,
awful,
it's
but I'm
not
glad
fun.
it brought Dragon
I have
Ball
a
back.
story
It's not
about
even
Dragon Ball
really
Evolution,
bad, it's just
actually.
I think it's really
boring.
funny.
Dragon
let's
Ball
just talk
Evolution
about
is like
the
a
story.
fucking NSYNC music video.
Hey, is,
it
Doug
lasts
Walker
2
vid
hours.
movies or versus?
Oh,
Dragon
so
Ball?
What's
it
your
was
story,
it
bro?
was Christmas, and every Christmas we all go to my grandma's house, right? And so I guess my grandma was asking around like, hey, what do they get for me for Christmas this year? And my cousin was an asshole, and he knew I liked Dragon Ball Z, so he told her on purpose,
no.
like as a joke, to get me the fucking Dragon Ball Z Evolution movie.
Dude, that's funny as fuck.
I do
That's
still
actually-
have
Do you still have it?
Based. Nice. You know, the thing about Evolution, it's an awful movie, but it did kickstart
It kind of
revival
did.
of Dragon Ball. That
You guys want to hear a
that's why we have
fucking hot
Super,
take?
all the new movies.
You guys
Did
want to
Dragon
hear
Ball
a
ever
real
die?
hot take?
Yeah, it pretty much was dead from like the mid 2000s.
You guys want to hear?
Like,
Well,
Battle
I
of
mean,
Gods
the
came
reason Super got made, the Dragon Ball Evolution was so bad that Toriyama was
Well,
like, I need to make Super.
but Super
to
took like
counteract
another
it.
Yeah.
10 years to
Super's
come
that's
not
why he
good
made
either,
That's
but-
why he made the Resurrection. That's why he made Battle of Gods, because he's like, wow, this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, but that
Let's
was
make
like
a new
10
movie
years
so
later.
This isn't like the last
Right.
Dragon Ball thing.
I mean, anime takes a
wasn't.
long time, but
Do
do you guys want to hear a real
came out
hot take?
2009.
You guys
Yeah,
want
what's
to
your
hear a
hot
hot
take,
take I
Wade?
don't think anyone else has ever said?
Okay.
What?
The live-action Street Fighter movie is actually fucking great.
Okay,
I've
the
never seen
one
it.
fucking
Dude,
the-
he's great.
And Bison's actor goes hard.
No, he does. He was on his deathbed too. He was
He was
like
dying.
He was dying of colon cancer, and it was his last role, and he still went
It's
fucking
so-
hard in that movie.
That's awesome.
fucking
but I've
awesome.
never seen that movie.
No, I've never seen
M.
it. either, but
Bison
I've
is
always
Cliff
heard
and
it's bad.
treasure.
The whole reason he took the role is
I've
because
heard it was pretty good.
the
We should
whole
all watch
reason-
it.
Game movie standards.
Yeah, just let's have a podcast
literally
episode
said-
about
Okay,
it.
here's a question that might derail the whole conversation. How long are
He was on track.
good point. How long
I
are
don't know.
podcasts supposed to be?
I like
As long as you want him to
I
be.
like
Oh,
a
yeah.
decent hour and a
I
half,
wanted-
2 hour podcast.
Have you seen Castle Super Beast?
Yeah,
Anyway,
nothing
the
longer than
fucking-
nothing longer than 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I'd say 2.5 is the absolute
the
max.
guy
Have you
who
seen-
the guy
have-
who played M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie, literally he said, "My kids really like Street Fighter, so I'm gonna be in this crappy movie regardless, and I'm gonna try my best,
Right.
even though I'm dying of
Damn.
fucking colon cancer." But actually, the
Have you
movie,
guys ever-
it's kind of garbage, but it's like adorable
I like
garbage.
it. I
Like
think it's pretty good.
you know who else is
Aren't-
really good in that movie? Who never gets mentioned? The
Yeah.
guy who plays Zangief. I don't know who the fuck he is. I assume he's some wrestler, but he like perfectly captures the spirit of Zangief.
Hey, you know
and
what?
it's
The
fucking
Street Fighter
amazing.
movie game on like
He's so
Saturn,
fucking good.
pretty decent.
Yeah, I have that
Aren't-
game actually. I
Aren't
own
there
that
more
physically.
than one
There's
Street
like
Fighter
there's
movie?
like a couple animated ones.
There's a couple animated ones.
Yeah, there's a couple made in like the early 2010s.
Pretty much the only notable thing about the animated Street Fighter movies is that one of them has Chun-Li's titties in them,
That's kind of
Yeah.
like
big.
full
Yes!
on, like
That's awesome.
full on.
and the rest of them are all.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's
Awesome.
nipples.
Yeah,
like
it's like a shower scene.
there's
That's
a
big.
Can you
full-on
link me to that
Chun-Li
real
shower
quick?
scene with her nipples.
Can
in
you-
it.
You know what? Hold on.
Can you put
Bro.
can you put a picture of it up on the podcast?
Yeah.
I'll have to censor it for YouTube,
Okay,
but I
okay,
will put
Rob.
a picture.
Funny enough, if you have, I mean, you might on your on your hard drive, but there's a Street Fighter Anniversary Collection on PS2 that has like Street
Yeah.
Fighter 2 and 3's Third Strike.
Yeah.
I have
That
the
movie is
movie.
on
I have
that
it on DVD for some
PS2 disc
reason.
for that part
Wow,
with the shower
really?
since. Well, you can see your titties.
Yeah.
Damn.
The PS2 version,
Why?
that scene is censored.
Guys, wait, check general.
Yeah.
I just posted a picture.
Bro, that's kind of beige. That's kind of red pilled.
Wait
Bro,
until you
edited
see.
it right
Wait until
here.
you see
Wow.
the other side. Wait until you see the other side. Hold on.
Nice.
I got something else to show you.
I wonder how many
guys.
kids saw this
Dude.
movie.
Look at this.
Yes. Nice.
One thing I don't get is how anime
A
like
good movie.
just doesn't show breasts as much, but it seems like they're so eager to show like ass of characters.
I think that's
It's
more
probably more so
accepting.
to do with censorship.
Yeah, they're more accepting of that. From what I'm aware.
Well, no, in Japan, like the 80s and
Yeah.
90s, dude, OVAs can have whatever the fuck they want in
Yeah,
them.
but
Yeah, like, have you
OVAs,
seen the
though, 'cause
fucking-
They didn't go on TV though.
Have you seen the SMT like original Digital Devil? Like the Digital Devil, not Digital Devil.
Oh, the
Digital
the
Devil
Megami
story.
Tensei movie?
Yeah, Megami Tensei Digital Devil story.
I watched like half of it.
There's like
I have not
Like,
seen it.
it's fucking
It's basically
weird.
just an OVA of the first book.
Yeah.
There's
And
a lot
it's
of
not that
there's
great,
a lot of Famicom
but
games.
it
with,
looks
like,
really
super
good.
titties in them.
Yeah, it looked.
Yeah, do any of them have
Yeah.
animation?
Yeah, there's that fucking Sega CD
Oh,
game
Wild
where you play
Woody.
as the pencil, where if you type
Yeah,
in a code,
yeah. There's
you
a
can
part
see
of
Oh,
the
Wild
fucking
Woody
Wild
where you
Woody.
collect
Wild Woody,
like these
yeah.
power-ups in like a specific order that's like hard to do. You, like Wild Woody will like draw some titties and
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sick.
No, it's not just
That's
draw
awesome.
titties. It's an animated
Yeah.
mermaid with her tits out.
Yeah, with the
Woody's
Yeah.
really going wild, huh?
yeah.
And I think it's like the first or second Fatal Fury. There's like a water stage. If you're playing as Blue Mary, you fall in the water. In the Japanese version, there's a chance her tits pop out.
Whoa, titties!
Wait, what game is that? Fatal Fury?
Yeah, the arcade one. It's either the first or second one. It's like in the bridge, like the water bridge stage. If she falls in the water, there's a chance she'll come out of the water with the top off.
Fucking based.
Absolutely based.
I was like, yo. But anyway,
I don't know.
let's talk about like what happened this week.
Wait, hold on.
Microsoft
hold on
bought
one second,
Bethesda.
boys. Hold on.
What?
Check. Wait, go to fucking. I'm sorry, I'm blind as fuck. Here we go. I found
Oh,
the wild.
please.
I found the wild
the
Woody
Wild-
thing. I found the Wild Woody thing.
Yeah.
I made it work.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh.
Yes. Awesome.
Based
Nice.
Wild Woody.
I didn't. Did Miyamoto see this?
This is on
No,
Sega.
it's on the
There's
Sega
some-
CD.
Dude, Sega
There's like a
does.
Naughty Dog
Bro,
game on Genesis.
Sega does
where,
what
like, if
Nintendo
you
don't.
plug in like the second controller, like the logo, there's like a girl in the logo and she'll go top of it.
Bro,
Base.
Bro, why are they putting these
'Cause they
naked
can get away
people in
with
video
it.
games? What did they mean by this?
Yeah. Dude, the 90s was a different time, dude.
Yeah, they
could
could have just,
whatever
they
they
could
Yeah,
have
that
just
was
like data mine the
9/11.
game and find out.
Yeah.
9/11 really ruined titties in video games.
Man.
The 9/11 changed all of that.
Wait, what
Everything
were
went
we talking about? I
downhill.
got distracted by the fucking.
I was gonna try and segue us into the next part of our podcast, the gaming news of the week.
Yeah, they ported Metal Gear to PC and it sucks.
Yeah, and Microsoft bought Bethesda.
They did.
So what are your thoughts on that, guys?
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Maybe they can make a good Fallout game.
Yeah, I
Damn.
mean, now they own both Bethesda.
No, they did- they
well,
bought
they didn't buy
both.
Bethesda, they bought ZeniMax.
They got both.
So they have every studio under that umbrella now.
They bought both, yeah.
So they got Doom, they got Fallout, they got like everything.
Yeah, but Doom doesn't have the soul it did. I mean, if you ain't playing it on your DOS
They
computer.
also own Obsidian, which means we might actually get a new Vegas
Yeah.
too, which would be fucking red
Yeah,
pilled.
that's what I was
Really?
saying. They now own Bethesda and Obsidian, so they can make a Fallout New Vegas. So just give Fallout to Obsidian.
Yes, please,
Forever.
please.
But isn't
could just
Obsidian
have developed
busy with
every-
other stuff right now? I thought.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they own them, so after that shit's finished, they can say, "Hey, work on Fallout
the thing.
5."
Pretty much,
Even
yeah.
though
What are they supposed to do?
Microsoft
Say
like
no?
owns them now, I feel like they're still gonna release on like PS5.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah.
I
Yeah, I
do
mean,
not think
Microsoft-
that's the case because they want to draw people away from the
Here's the
PS5
thing,
so that
here's
they
the
don't have
thing.
another
No,
repeat
listen.
Microsoft
Yeah,
still
but-
publishes
The Xbox
Minecraft
No.
on everything.
I've
Microsoft
guaranteed
still
this is
publishes,
hold on.
fucking whatever else. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Shit on
Minecraft
Switch.
is a special exception.
Even though Microsoft's
Yeah.
buying all
Minecraft
these
sells
studios, I
fucking
feel like they don't
billion
actually care
copies.
about
Well, listen.
exclusivity
Well,
that
listen.
much.
Well,
No.
so I mean,
I think this is- hold
Microsoft
on.
bought Rare, and then we got a good Banjo-Kazooie game, right?
Yeah, but that was
the
like
best
15 years ago, though.
We got a good Conquer port on
They're
We're
the
talking
Xbox,
about
right?
They're
current
still
Microsoft.
doing
That was
something.
Microsoft
Yeah.
in like
Buying
2004.
studios and not really doing
Okay,
anything
Where's Young Conqueror?
What do you think
Where's
about...
Young Conqueror?
Guys.
Dead, where it should be.
Where
What
the
do you
fuck
think
did
about
Young
the
Conquer
rumors?
go?
Dead, they canceled
Yeah,
it.
where's Young Conqueror?
I thought the
at?
HoloLens was pretty
Cancelled,
freaking
where it
sweet,
should
but I haven't
be.
What do
seen
you think
anything
about-
it
what?
since they announced it.
Yeah, they haven't
Oh,
talked about
yeah,
it at all.
that's
It's bad.
vaporware.
What do you guys think about the rumors that Microsoft is going to buy Sega?
Bullshit.
Yeah, let's get a
That ain't happening.
Dreamcast 2. Let's go, boys.
That ain't fucking happening.
Microsoft will make some shit.
Yeah, what's Sega doing right now?
Bullshit,
Hey,
they make a
They
ton
they
of
own
shit.
Atlas, I guess. But
They
like,
made,
Yeah.
they made Sonic Forces.
Listen, all Sega releases
Yeah.
these days are like
You're
God,
bringing up a
they
great
Sonic
point.
Forces
Fantasy-
releases a Genesis game.
They threw out. Oh,
Hey, you don't
Fantasy
want to
Stars-
play you don't want to play Golden
Online
Axe,
2?
Sonic 1, Crazy Taxi. You don't want to play that for like
They
the
made
yeah,
shit
but
about
they,
the three?
you don't want to play the fucking
They brought
the
out Streets of Rage 4.
the objectively worse version of Sonic 1 when
They had
fucking
their-
the Christian Whitehead version exists.
Well, I mean,
They-
no. The
they
Game
had
Boy
their
Advance
fucking-
version exists, and I think that's peak
Oh, yeah,
soul.
you bring up a
Yeah.
At the
great
Tokyo
point.
Game
That's
Show,
so-
literally the only thing they announced at the Tokyo Game Show is that they're making a Yakuza TV show that's going to be a horrible nightmare.
No, they're making
There's
a movie.
already
It's a movie.
Yakuza movie.
And also
FYI.
that they're trying to turn Virtue Fighter into a fucking
Yeah, they're making
e-sport.
another one. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the
How the
Yakuza
fuck do you
movie?
make
It's pretty
Virtue
good.
Fighter an e-sport?
You know.
It's actually pretty dope.
Is it?
I haven't, but that wasn't a TV show. They announced they're making a Yakuza movie.
The
about the
Ace
Sonic
Attorney
movie?
movie
That was
is
pretty
fucking
good.
sick. Not the anime, but the live action Ace Attorney movie, fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Have you guys seen the
alright.
Sonic OVA?
Yeah.
Yes, I
I
love
love
it.
the
So,
Sonic OVA.
My favorite line is when Sonic's fighting Metal Sonic. That was pretty epic. On the good part.
I think the moral to take out of this podcast is Sonic was always good, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic is good.
This
He
just
never
in,
left.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles
He
is the
never
only good
left.
Sonic game.
Hey, come on.
Look this
Are you saying?
Rob's a faggot.
So
Come on. Are you saying you don't like
Jordan
Sonic
is
CD?
bad.
Sonic CD has peak level
Man,
design.
yeah,
love
it's- that's
traveling
soul.
through time,
Soul.
dying.
Yeah,
because you
it's
time.
soundtrack.
Travel
You
system
heard that
could
fucking
only be
soundtrack?
rewarded with a level that's exactly the same, except it's a slightly different color.
But don't you want to see what Wacky Workbench looks like in the future, bros?
I think I want to see as little as Wacky Workbench as possible.
Bro,
My
just
life
wait till we
is
do the Sonic CD
Past
episode.
version of Collision
Oh my
Chaos?
God.
Really?
I feel like
It has
every
better
episode
music,
gonna
what
be
the
Bro,
Sonic.
ain't you can see the future of it if you're a good boy and destroy all Eggman's
It also has
machines.
good
Talk about
music.
Sonic the
Whoa.
Hedgehog like 6 times every episode. We'll just never do a dedicated Sonic episode. Just to balance it out.
Yeah, that's the. Oh, but
That's entirely fair.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's fair. I mean,
No.
Sonic 3 was okay.
It's the best.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles was the best 2D Sonic.
I don't know.
It really is.
I always felt like it was too long. And then someone, when you guys told me that it reminded me that there were save states for it, I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about Sonic 3 and Knuckles being too long because it just has saves. It doesn't need
Yeah.
to be any length.
Yeah.
can
It's not like
just quit at
Sonic
any
1 or
time
2 where you
and come back.
like
You
dedicate
can just
yourself.
stop playing. You can play like 2 or 3 zones and just stop for like a day.
You can just
Yeah,
play
just-
2
just give
zones
up
and then
and
get
die.
to the fucking multiplayer zone. Suck ass and turn the game off.
Alright, what's your guys' favorite stage from Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
No, I mean,
I love
Oh, you
Hydrocity.
don't you mean Hydro City Zone?
I'm gonna
Hydro
say, I really like Mushroom Hill, but I don't think it's my favorite.
I don't-
think Ice Cap is probably my favorite, mostly because of the fucking amazing music.
The fucking
Yeah?
the stolen music by the fucking Jetsons. It's such a good.
It's
fucking
not
song.
stolen,
Well,
they
it's-
worked on the game.
It's not stolen.
Yeah.
The guy who,
I guess, yeah.
the lead
Yeah.
guy of Jetsons made the fucking soundtrack. He
It
just
goes hard.
He's like,
repurposed
well,
his
this
own
song never
unreleased
released.
songs
Let's
for
just
the
use the
game.
beat. He said, hey, wow, this song never released. Let's just steal the beat from it and put it in the Sonic game.
Yeah, I mean, I like
And then years
Flying,
later
I like
it came
Flying
out.
Battery.
I love Flying Batteries though.
Flying
Guys, one
Battery's
time in,
okay.
It's a really hard question. I don't.
I remember one time in like,
I like
Yeah,
Lava Reef.
Hydrocity Zone is the
it's
peak of
it's actually a
water
really cool water level.
As long as it's
No,
not
okay,
Carnival
no, my
Night. 'cause
favorite-
Okay,
Carnival
Donkey Kong
Night's
Country Tropical Freeze
Okay,
also
no.
has really
My
good water
favorite-
levels.
My favorite zone is Death Egg Zone.
What? I don't
Have you guys
I
played
didn't really
Tropical
like that
Freeze?
one.
Tropical Freeze is
Freeze is
one of
dope.
my.
I love the
Yeah.
aesthetic.
It's just fine.
I love.
But you can buy the Switch version that has Funky Kong
Wait,
in it.
Can we all agree that Carnival Night Zone fucking sucks? In every
But-
aspect.
The
The music sucks, the level sucks.
There's just this fucking really low quality sample of the music jam from
Yeah.
fucking Michael Jackson's jam.
So, how do you Sonic? So PC or Genesis soundtrack? Which one do you like?
PC.
Genesis.
Genesis
So
is
okay,
fun,
so
obviously,
so
dude.
some of the
Those
songs,
Genesis-
some of the songs I
listen.
actually kind of like better on PC. Actually,
Yes, those renditions, the Genesis renditions are so good.
I like launch based.
But the MIDI sounds so bad on the PC.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Well, no, I'm talking about the new Genesis renditions from the beta.
yeah, because
Those are way better.
Yeah, beta better than final, Rob. Come on.
But no, those I don't give a shit about those midis. Those midis are bad, but those new
fine.
Genesis renditions that came from that beta are way better than some of the final
Speaking
songs.
speaking of MIDI, we should all send our audio files as MIDI, right? For the
We're all
podcast.
gonna send them as MIDI. We're all gonna send them as fucking
There's like a MIDI converter online that'll let you like convert whatever to MIDI format. And sometimes you can like still hear the
Yes, I
vocals
use that a lot.
Yeah.
somehow, and it's like really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
did
love
that-
That's
that.
fucking
I
weird,
used-
dude.
I used to do that with Linkin Park songs and make it my ringtone.
Can we all send our audio as like MP4 files and just make it work?
No, dude, it is OGG.
Dude, it is a bitmap.
Send the audio as a JPEG.
Well, actually, how will we? Thanks,
No.
Do we
I think I'll put in a zip file and put a password on it, make you crack it to get my audio.
Fuck. And then put it on 4chan as a epic new game league.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Should we
Yeah,
talk
the
about
password
that?
be
Yeah, I'm gonna
what?
send it as a
How
fucking
we're all, like,
GBA file on
autistic,
Game Boy
obsessed
Advance
about,
video.
like, prototypes, and that's how we all met.
Yes, that we all met
No.
that
You know,
way.
it never really occurred to me to
I mean,
to talk about our background.
It's a pretty
but I
big
guess
part of
we
my
can.
life. I've always been into
Yeah.
video game prototypes because I'm a fucking weirdo.
Whoa.
Me too. I've absolutely.
Yeah.
I just think they're neat.
We
We have a lot more we want to talk about, but I mean, there's other podcasts we can go
Yeah.
on our
It's been like 2
Sonic
hours. I think
tangents and beta tangents and future
we will
episodes.
promise. We can promise. You can
Yeah.
always tune in to hear our fucking Sonic tangents, because there will
Yeah,
always
just-
be at least one.
The weekly
Just wait for
Sonic
the Sonic
tangent.
episode.
This is the Sonic cast.
You know what? Let's just rebrand as a Sonic podcast.
Doesn't
get
the
some
Sonic
Cyber
Hedgehog
Shell
team
on.
already have a podcast?
Can we get
No,
Cyber
we
Shell in an
better.
episode?
That would
Yeah,
be
for
fucking
Sonic 2.
amazing.
Sonic 3, and we're gonna say you can't be on the episode until you make the bonus.
Yeah,
I'm so
and then
excited
we'll all
for
do
irate
we'll do
gamers. Come
Fortnite
on.
dances.
Alright, gamers gotta play Doom.
Should we all shill our shit and leave?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have a
Bro.
Facebook, but I'm not gonna give it to anyone on. You guys don't get to see it.
Rob, you have a YouTube channel.
I'll shill this podcast because I think it's gonna be great.
I
shill
do
up.
love this. I love talking to the boys.
I'll shill this on Zips.
Whoa! That's too hot for TV.
You can find me as NTMA Productions.
I'm
on
Rob
YouTube.
Falls on basically everything. Not that I
I'm-
post anything
I'm-
valuable or worth reading, but you know.
Yeah, I
His
also don't
music's really
post
good.
anything valuable or worth reading, but I make a lot of shit, so if you're really bored,
Listen.
you can watch it.
I like
He makes funny YouTube videos. Rob makes good music.
I like
Check him out.
I like drawing. On Holden Kip art. That's kind of my thing.
You see these the nice little
It's gonna be
icons
really
of all the boys
embarrassing.
holding
It's not
through
That's
them.
me.
This
That's me.
kidding.
Yeah.
Those great, aren't they?
I mean,
That's where we're
I
gonna leave it in and we're gonna laugh.
quite the procrastinator. So let's
It's
just
just
go.
gonna
We're
be
gonna leave
it's
this
just gonna
part
be
in and
mine
laugh
and
and hold
Holden's
it.
icons, and everyone else will be placeholders that I make in
Yeah.
MS Paint.
And no,
I
like,
mean,
it's like make my
I haven't made a
models.
Facebook post in 2 years, so.
People still have
My-
Facebooks.
Hey, my Facebook's kind of epic, though.
You're a fucking Facebooker. You might know him
Yeah.
from his Facebook, by the way.
Do you talk
Hey, you
about
might.
do you talk about bad data on your Facebook?
Yeah, I'm gonna add Gainix as a friend on Facebook. I'll share some like Zoroark and diaper posts. You might give him enough.
No,
to
don't
give
say
him a like.
that.
Dude, if you shared a couple Zoroark and diaper posts, he'd probably friend you without you having to go out of your way for it.
Maybe he'd give me some beta.
Wow, I
He'll give
cannot
you some
believe.
bad data.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that it has almost been 2
I mean,
hours.
that's what happens when you
Not
talk
really
about
talking
Madagascar. You
Wait,
just get
if we ever
really
do
into it
if
and
we
get
ever do an
sucked
episode
in.
on Sonic Adventure.
It's a
We
fuck-
talked about Madagascar for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, what are you on about?
No, it was at least 20.
I can
30.
guarantee
Probably
it's not
like
even
a
half
total
this
of like
podcast.
10 minutes.
No, most of it.
Hi, welcome to the Ultra Boys podcast. We lie to you.
It's maybe
We got you hook, line, and
Talking about
sinker, bitch.
Madagascar.
It's
So,
actually a Sonic podcast.
So guys, here's a question: how much Madagascar did you expect
I
to
actually
talk
thought
about?
we would get
Yeah.
a little further.
Yeah, how
than
much?
We did,
You know,
but
I didn't
I
expect
wasn't
it.
expecting a lot. I knew we'd get on a lot of autistic tangents.
it's the first
but
episode.
Yeah.
We gotta set
I
the
expected
expectations
like
low.
30. I expected like a 30-minute block of Madagascar talk and then just a bunch of autistic bullshitting, but instead it was like autistic bullshitting with 10 minutes of Madagascar.
You know
That
what?
is us.
That's good
Crammed in
because
when
you know what? That's
remembered
the
it.
that's the vibe.
It's
I
not
was
even
is
in the
literally just
block.
us.
It's not even.
Well, I mean, it felt
It's-
like every single one of us was just trying to tear away from Madagascar at some point.
It's not
Yeah.
even in a
We're trying to break
digestible
free.
format. It's not like we talked about Madagascar for 10 straight minutes. It's like we talk about
God.
Sonic for 15 minutes, and then someone would be
next
like,
week,
what about Madagascar? And then we
next
talk
week
about
we
it for
actually
2
play a
minutes, and then it's
valid
back to
video
something
game.
else.
We'll probably have a lot more to say about it.
A game that I love. We'll have a lot more to say about the games that we love. We can
Oh
promise
yeah,
you
next
that.
week.
Are we
we're
playing
gonna
Luigi Mansion next week? Yeah, we'll talk. Let's aim for 20 minutes,
Let's
guys.
try
I've got a lot to say about Luigi's Mansion.
Hell,
world record,
if
let's
we
go
can make
20
it through
minutes.
20 minutes straight of Luigi's Mansion talk.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Luigi Mansions in
I adore that.
probably
game.
like 13 years, but I'll tell you more about that story on the next episode.
Yeah, you know Luigi hung himself? Oh, find out more next time.
Oh no, we're gonna get demonetized!
But yeah, no, I expected Madagascar talk to not be that long. I figured it'd be like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very mediocre game. There's not much to talk
I
about.
thought we
think,
talked
yeah.
about it for like an hour.
And we're
talked
not
about it
very
for about an hour.
passionate about it either. It's
We
just,
also
what games should
we
play
had
for the
like
first episode?
3
Well,
or
that
4
works.
like previous voice chats, and I feel like we kind of spoiled everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've kind of like spilled our
Yeah.
load for like the past week about Madagascar.
Oh, also,
It just depends, I
alongside this episode, there's going to be a bonus episode if the audio is salvageable of us bullshitting around before the fucking shit. Cause
Yeah, it's the pre-Holden show because I
It's-
fucking
I accidentally
couldn't get on
recorded
till
3.5
later.
hours of Tease talking about how hot Amy Rose was.
Tease is not on the
Tease is,
podcast,
Hey,
but
hey, maybe Tease will be on the podcast next week if he's not
Maybe.
drunk and yelling
It
at
was-
Rob
it was
about
pretty
pointless
funny.
shit.
maybe we'll have an appearance of Tease.
Yeah, that was. I guess this is the podcast. Breath of the
Everything
Wild
sucks.
sucks. Madagascar
Listen
sucks.
to our shit.
We need to get Eddie
Switch
on.
sucks. Mario 64's Kino.
And we fucking we fucking tricked you. This is a Sonic podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
In
is an
disguise.
Eddie
Boys.
podcast. We're here to discuss
Boys
Puzzle
episodes.
Game
This is
with
gonna be a real
animation.
interesting show, I think.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fucking.
Just wait until we have
Guys,
Eddie
watch,
on, bros.
Yeah, the Rusky Eddie.
I would love to know the mental
I don't
capacity
think
of
that,
people who
I don't
listen all
think
the way
anybody's
through.
gonna listen to this.
Oh, dude.
Guys, I
Because if there are any, they
They're all
have to
good
be
chats,
like,
got
they
big
gotta be
dicks,
like,
they're cool,
Dude,
and they donate
I'm
to our
gonna force
Patreon.
my
It
brother
doesn't
to sit
exist
through
yet.
this whole thing.
2 hours of
I'd
Madagascar.
like to see
He's gonna love it.
I think it would be entertaining for someone just like making a drive. Like we're entertaining for
Yeah.
because I mean,
It's a nice little,
what are we
just
saying?
kinda
What are we
listen to
saying
it
that
in
they
the
have to
background.
think about? We're literally just background.
This is
yeah,
the
no,
official
we
background
we
noise
are not
podcast.
the thinking man's podcast. I think
See, the nice
I
thing
think,
is,
the
I
nice
think
thing
the
is-
Madagascar game has made me think more than made me think about my moral choices than anything. I feel like the biggest thing you think about while listening to this podcast is whether you're gonna fucking turn it off or not.
Yeah.
well, you know what's
No,
really great
this-
about this first episode? the fact that this is essentially a beta episode, and so if it turns out shit, we can just blame it all on the beta.
Yeah,
We can
beta
blame
better
it
than
all on
final,
the
though, so this
best episode
episode
of the
will always be
series
remembered
already.
as perfect.
I mean, hell, half of this stuff's probably gonna be edited out anyway.
Peaked at episode
We peaked
1.
already at Madagascar. What's next? Guys?
Nah,
Madagascar
all
is our
downhill from
apex.
here,
It's all
boys.
downhill from here.
Yeah, just to spoil it for you, it's all downhill from here. Don't watch the other episodes.
I mean, we haven't recorded any other episodes yet, but I'll guarantee it'll be worse.
bro.
But still watch them,
You think the
please.
Sonic
Please
Adventure
watch them.
episode's not, it's gonna be bad. You're missing out. It's gonna be 7 hours of Kino. Our 7-hour Sonic Adventure discussion.
The Sonic Adventure episode would be.
There's just
5
not gonna
fucking
be a
hours.
Sonic
And then watch
episode
us just
because
not
we're
even
gonna
talk
fucking
about
talk
Sonic
about
for
it
the
every
dedicated
single
Sonic
episode.
Okay, here I don't necessarily want to say it because I think it's a hilarious idea. But the idea of us making a Sonic episode, and it's like the only episode we never speak
Yeah,
of
that's what I
Sonic.
was
It'll
just
be
thinking.
the
Such
first
a good
5
idea.
minutes, like.
Guys, I think that's what would happen. Would be
we get
It'd be
into
like-
an autistic tangent about like
never mentioned the
Madagascar
blue
for like
rat's
2
name.
hours on the Sonic
No,
episode.
here's what it'll be. It'll be like the opposite of this episode, where we'll play through a Sonic game and we'll talk about Sonic for like 30 seconds, and we'll be like, yeah, Sonic 3's pretty good. And then we'll talk about
Sonic-
Madagascar for 2 hours.
The Sonic Adventure episode is like it's just like a fucking recap episode.
It's a clip, probably.
It's a clip show.
The Sonic Adventure episode is 2 minutes of Sonic
Yeah, just, like,
Adventure
compile
talking
everything.
in this wonderful discussion of Madagascar on the Xbox.
And the GameCube.
And
the
Sonic.
And
GameCube.
the PS2.
Thanks for
Love
watching,
you.
guys.
Tune in next time.
Don't forget to like,
Next week,
subscribe.
next week
Pay me
is
money
Luigi's
on
Mansion.
Patreon. No,
you have to like it,
Metroid is
subscribe.
Nintendo's
Oh
worst
my
game
God,
franchise. Bye.